Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Keep things balanced, but at the same time, speak my mind and speak the truth. Hey, do you hear my mic or you hear my computer?
I'm hearing your, I can't tell the difference. Say something again.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
I think that's your mic, right?
I hope so, because I was trying to.
I can hear you in my headphones. You can hear me, right?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
All right, good. I know I'm loud I'm loud by nature. I think this should be the rap group, Loud by Nature.
Right.
I've been a perv. I could be the hype man. I was listening to new Busta Rhymes. That stuff is great. I love Busta Rhymes. Is so underrated. He's been so consistent, man.
Yeah, I heard about 2 songs off that thing because I follow him on YouTube. And that was
banging, man. Busta always had the heat, man. But I'm saying people sleep on Busta. Like T.I., whatever T.I. got to say, Mr. Trap House, he can't compare with Busta's catalog. Leaders of the New School, all that stuff.
Right.
Stuff he did with Tribe, what's the scenario? Wuhan. Right. Got y'all coughing all the check.
Right.
Wuhan. He need to do a remix. A.L.L money. He need to do Ukraine. You getting Ukraine money? Getting Ukraine money. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta have a sense of humor, man. Yo, you know what I realized?
What's that?
There is a fear of a hetero black red-blooded male being in charge. Not only the white man fear, but the black women fear it.
Right.
They complain about protect black women, but y'all can't protect y'all womb.
Right.
You got the nerve to talk about protect y'all. Then you got the nerve to call yourself a stallion when you're supposed to be a mayor.
Right.
You already getting your role and position all twisted out of shape.
Right.
Meg the mayor, not Meg the stallion.
Meg the
man. Your place, woman. Then I got shot in the foot by a leprechaun. Leprechauns are black, or a pygmy. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I like Tory Lanez. I like him.
Right.
I like his music, actually. I've been forced to listen to Top 40 radio because my CD player broke and I don't got my stuff updated. Well, I got to stream my stuff from my, from my phone. So I've been forced to listen to this garbage. A lot of it's garbage, but it's a lot of gems, too.
Right.
It's a lot of talented people still. I know it's like a generational thing. It's still, even Pop Smoke, words create worlds, right? He got popped and smoked before I knew him. But I believe Pop Smoke is one of the greatest losses in hip-hop history or rap history. Yeah. I mean, because it reminds me of rock and roll. This guy named Eddie Cochran, this white dude who used to be good friends with Buddy Holly and Richie Valens and all them, who got killed. And he got killed like 60 years ago in a horrible car accident over in England.
Right.
He was just 20 years old, but he put out so much music. He was very mature for his age, and his sound was mature. And he was the disciple of who? Little Richard. All these white boys followed Little Richard like a puppy dog.
Right.
He was actually on tour with Little Richard at that time when Little Richard had that epiphany over in Australia.
Right.
Go back to Jesus.
Right.
Jesus is calling.
Right.
Like Al Green. But that's the type of loss we dealing with Pop Smoke. It's unfortunate, but it's been like a blood sacrifice type of year, and really the black man has paid the blood sacrifice. Not just him, but Kobe Bryant, George Floyd, brother in Philadelphia. We have really been sacrificed. You got the nerve to say protect black women. We protected y'all.
Right.
For a long, long time. I had a sister that I love. She's a beautiful sister. She said, well, what was the #1 cause? Are we recording? You're recording, right?
Record. Yeah.
Good. I don't care. I don't make sure. Cause I don't want to tell all this stuff and you like, oh man, let's do the show. I said, okay, but it was a sister. I love her, man. Beautiful sister. She said, Ron, what was the #1 cause why black men were lynched? And I said, really, because of business. A lot of businessmen were lynched. A lot of business black people were lynched.
Was that the show you did?
Nah, this is like offline. This is another sister.
Oh,
I try to get on the show. I try to surround myself with beautiful women all the time.
That's right.
I ain't getting no wop from them, but it's like, this is the illusion.
Right.
Perception. Because people don't care about truth. I see that now, especially our people. But she was asking me what was the #1 reason why black men were lynched. I said, because business and politics.
Right.
A lot of Ida B. Wells started American investigative journalism in Memphis, where I'm at, not too far. Her office was like around Bill Street, not too far where I'm at now.
Right.
And her she had a good friend named Thomas Moss. He was lynched along with his business partners It was called the lynching at the curb, or the People Groceries lynching. Back in March of 1892, he was a mailman. He was a black man. He was a hetero black male, alpha, red-blooded male, was a leader of the community, very well respected by black people, and was one of Ida B. Wells' closest friends. She was the godmother to his goddaughter.
Right.
And he was killed because he had a successful grocery business. At that time, Memphis had one of the largest grocery markets in the country. Like, I think it was the 5th largest grocery market in the country.
Right.
And so you had this thing called the People's Grocery Store that was started by him and 2 of his black businessmen. So it was like black owned, and they were competing with a white grocery owned store across the street. And they had not only black folks going to their store, but all types of people prefer their store over the white man's store. So what he did, he organized a lynch mob, including some plainclothes police officers, white, of course, and they stormed the store, and these brothers had a rifle club. They believe in the gun, because Ida B. Wells, to paraphrase her, she said, a Winchester rifle should have a place of honor in every black home.
Right.
So these brothers had a rifle club. This is not too far after the Civil War. This is a little bit after Reconstruction, whatever you want to call that, the black man's hell. And they shot it out with these white people, and they wounded some of the police officers. They didn't know they were police officers. They didn't properly identify themselves.
Right.
So these guys turned themselves over to these devils, and they was kidnapped from the jail cell, and they was lynched in an open field, what is now known as Uptown, which is North Memphis. North, Project Back. Right. And Thomas Moss said, "Can you spare my life?" These guys were not only, you had the white newspapers, the same white newspapers that exist today. These were they still from that time, but they covered extrajudicial lynchings. They didn't try to stop it. Back in the day, people gotta understand, lynchings were the national pastime. It was like baseball. They'll put newspaper ads telling people, "Oh, it's a lynching, special train, take you to the so-and-so lynching gonna occur." I mean, these are extrajudicial killings. You worry about George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and their brother Wallace in Philly. They've been doing this. Black killing been blood sport in America, right? So they'll put these special things in the newspaper, and the newspaper folks will send their journalists to cover people getting their rights violated, sometimes by law enforcement. And so they lynch his friends for him. I mean, lynch don't always mean a hanging. It just means mutilation, all types of stuff, disrespectful of human people, human civility. People's human rights and civil liberties. So he said, "Look, I got a son on the way. I got a daughter. I got a young family. Can y'all spare my life?" He said, like, kind of like Stringer Bell, I guess. Why? Remember when Omar killed String? He said, "I can't do nothing to convince you not to kill me, huh?" Right. But he just, I guess, had made his peace. So they said, "Do you have any last words?" He said, "Yeah, tell my people to go west because they can't get any justice here." Then they blew a hole in his face. Right. And so when Ida B. Wells heard about that, she thought at first that these black men were criminals. Because, you think, oh, they must be doing something wrong. Respectability politics, as we are. No, Dr. King and Malcolm X got killed in the suit. So they in their pants sagging, you know what I'm saying? But, she thought that they had to be criminals. Even Frederick Douglass thought this at that point, to a certain degree. But then when her best friend got killed like that, and she heard what he said, she put that in her newspaper, and she encouraged black folks to leave Memphis to go west. And over 6,000 black folks left Memphis. A lot of them ended up in Tulsa, in Black Wall Street,
Oklahoma.
Yep. So what happened in 1921? It's about to be the centennial next year. Right. To my 2020, it's crazy. But she was trying to say that, a lot of black men were lynched because of their thing about protecting white women. I said protecting white women. Wow. Ida B. Wells even uncovered in her investigative journalism that was a lie because the sex was consensual. Right. Right. You know what I'm saying? But the white woman want to own up to it. It's a case in Mississippi back in the 50s, actually. This guy named Willie McGee, he was executed by the state in Mississippi in the old Sparky. But the reason why he was executed because they say he allegedly raped his white woman. But he claimed to his dying day that it was consensual. He was told, the prosecutor on him, right before he died, look, she wanted it just as much as I did. Right. He went to his grave saying that the sex was consensual. Now, the white woman ended up dying some years later, I think in the 60s, in a car accident. But I remember going to a book signing. This guy named Alex Hurd, this white journalist who was from Jackson. He lived out west now, southwest. But he had a book called The Eyes of Willie McGee. Right. I met a white lady from Willie McGee's hometown down in Laurel, Mississippi. Mississippi produced some phenomenal people, black and white. I mean, it's an amazing state. I mean, it get a bad rep, but there's a lot of great people come out the state of Mississippi. This is the hometown of Leontine Price, the great opera singer, one of the greatest voices of the 20th century. We don't know our history, but I met a white lady from Laurel, Mississippi. She told me herself, black and whites knew that the sex was consensual, but it's the thing, it was taboo.
Right.
We all knew that what they were doing, they were creeping around and stuff like that. She was a married woman. He had, he had his family, but it was, they knew it, but it's just about the appearances of everything.
Right.
Like Joe Kennedy, the patriarch of the Kennedy clan, he said it's not a crime unless you get caught. So the Negro was caught with his hands in the cookie jar, and it is what it is. So it was a car celeb even back then, because you had like the Pope, you had people like Einstein and Josephine Baker and Paul Robeson try to get the president to step in, who was Truman at the time, I believe. I think it was Truman, to intervene to stop the execution. So people should look up The Eyes of Willie McGee, the book. I talked to his granddaughter because she found out by accident. Because people don't understand, we deal with a lot of trauma as black people.
Right.
A lot of our people tend to hide that from their children and from their loved ones, and somehow it get discovered anyway, because it get passed on. You don't have to hide it. It just, generational trauma is real. Post-traumatic slave disorder syndrome. So I interviewed her. I interviewed George Steeny's younger brother, who's like a spitting image of his brother. And he still, you could hear it in his voice, the trembling. He said he didn't want to talk about it with his kids, what happened to his brother. Because they had to leave South Carolina, the same South Carolina that got Tim Scott, the Republican, and almost had another black or a black senator. The same South Carolina that Ben Tillman, who was the governor and a Democrat, he was the governor and senator. He was known for lynching black people.
Right.
He called for the lynching of black people on the floor of Congress. See, we don't know our history. So, so like, I'm going all the way around the world. I'm sorry. But to get back what she was saying, I said, you have black men that fought to defend the honor of black women. I would not be here talking to you now if my great-grandfather, my paternal great-grandfather did not do what he did. I get that right. But my paternal grandmother, it's like it get confusing. My paternal grandmother's father killed a white man in Greenfield, South Carolina for threatening the life of his mom. He had to leave South Carolina and change his whole name. He met my great-grandmother in Joplin, Missouri. Her name was Anna Miller, and they settled in Kansas City, Kansas. He had his family late. He had my grandmother, who was his youngest child, at 66.
Right.
So he was born a slave in 1862. And he died during the Great Depression at the age of 76 in 1938. So he stood tall to protect his mama.
Right.
He killed a white man. So this is what we come out. I mean, we all got stories like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We fought back, but we don't tell our stories and get lost with the passage of time because our people don't know their roots. It's like, for example, I just found out I had another cousin from that side. This guy was named Julian Mayfield. He was a real revolutionary. He was an actor. He was a protege of Paul Robeson, the great Paul Robeson. And he was actually active in the revolution, all this stuff. I mean, he was a professor at Cornell University at one point, at Howard University, where he died back in the 80s. But he was a journalist as well, and a playwright, novelist. He did Hollywood movies. But here's the thing, I did not know until last week. I'm always telling people about the great Robert F. Williams and his wife, Mabel Williams. I did not realize that he was down in North Carolina helping them.
Right.
Fight the good fight. And he actually was the getaway car. He used his car to get them out the country. He drove them all the way from North Carolina to Canada so they could go to Cuba.
Right.
That's the real Queen and Slim. And they won.
Right.
They lived to old age. Robert Williams died of cancer, leukemia, back in October 96. Rosa Parks did his eulogy. His wife just passed, Mabel, in 2014.
Right.
But they lived to old age. But like Robert F. Williams said, the reason why they don't talk about me is because I actually survived.
Right.
Because, Malcolm were his friends. Martin was his friend. Mega had respect. He guys all died in their 30s. So you tell me that black men did not die for black women or the black family? Get the hell out of here with that. We always dying for y'all. Look how y'all betray us. But it goes on. It goes both ways, though. I'm not trying to, say that it's all on down, but man, we all been screwed over by system. You can't say we had a black patriarchy ever in this country.
Ever.
A black man has never been allowed to make decisions based on the interest of himself and his people.
Right.
Never. And when we try to do that, you get the people's grocery lynching. You get what happened to Malcolm, Martin, and Medgar. We have paid the cost, and it's so disrespectful to see black women got the nerve to protect black women. You have undermined the black family and your own womb. Don't tell me my police brutality when we got abortion. And I understand that abortion in the evil system is a necessary evil because life is not respected in this system, especially a black life. Because it's not about abortions. Why don't y'all protest and go for living wages?
Right.
So you can have families and be fruitful and multiply and pay your bills and have a place to stay and some food in your belly. We're fighting the wrong fights. It's like the Black Panther Part 2. When we fighting against each other, you let the CIA come in and you should have let him die. The CIA is the reason why Africa is the way it is now.
Right.
You know, and you got the black man, and the women really were disrespectful. They didn't respect the alpha male. No disrespect to Chadwick Boseman as a man, but T'Challa was weak as hell. He was really a beta male. He really, Killmonger was an alpha man, and he's the leader that we need.
Right.
Because black women, y'all can only do so much. Y'all run y'all mouth, but then black women don't understand. I've been getting terrorized by black women all my life, even black girls. They bully me. I'm gonna be honest with you. Black women be so disrespectful at the DMV, at the damn grocery store, at the fast food restaurant. I mean, I be trying to be. They just so disrespectful. I ain't saying all of them. But I've been being patient.
Right.
And then they got the nerve to say, "Why don't you get a white girl? Why I gotta get a white girl? Because you disrespectful." Why you gonna? And they're gonna tell you who to get.
Right.
Got the nerve, the nigdacity. They got the nigdacity to tell you who the hell to get. No, I'm gonna get what I want, but I'm gonna be a man about it. I'm not gonna let you make my manhood dysfunctional. Donald Trump is Viagra, political Viagra for black men. I'm tired of these males hiding behind their women. Be a man, damn it, and die once. Don't be no damn coward and die many times. Right. Every time you die, you disrespecting your seeds, your legacy.
Right.
But yet the women reward the cowards.
They do. Especially the generation.
I'm sorry. I'm just damn.
No,
even though you from Texas, right? You go back to the Houston race riot of 1917, where all them black men, them soldiers, shot up Houston, killed them police. It all started because a police officer disrespected a black woman in Houston named Sarah Travers. You know how many black men were executed by the state? It was the largest murder trial in United States history. You had I think 44 black men, or 19 were killed. I think 44 maybe went to jail for life.
Right.
You don't talk about that. This black man saw that this sister was disrespected by the police, and they stepped up and shot up the town.
Well, that's why I said, because somebody posted a comment on there. It wasn't a nice comment, so I deleted it. I said the new white supremacist is the black woman of today. That's what I said.
Yeah, I ain't saying all black. I'm not trying to broad brush, but we got to deal with what we did. Look at what Maxine Waters, Janelle Monáe, the lady Smollett, Justice Smollett's sister.
Right.
Was that the one on Lovecraft Country?
I think her name is Journey Smollett.
Journey, was that the one on Lovecraft Country?
Yeah.
Okay, who saved the day in that motherfucker?
The nigga, the male.
The straight black man.
Right.
The hetero, not the gay one. No disrespect. Not his gay daddy.
Right.
Yeah, but you just like your father.
Right.
He loved popsicles all the time. He loved popsicles. Okay. I know I ain't worried about the money. Forget all that. I'm tired of holding my tongue, man. Black men need spaces to be men.
Right.
We need therapy too. We need love too. And our women are disrespecting us. Not all our women, but it's too many of them. No other race got to deal with this.
Nope.
No damn patriarchy. All this big mama-ism. Then big mama becoming younger and younger. Damn.
Right.
That's the problem. And then loose with it. Let Bruce and them hit it.
Right.
Got all these got demon dick seed in you. Like they possessed by demon dicks. Like y'all these women are confused and shit. Cause they got so much dick in them from over the years. All them different. I mean, there's science to this, right?
Right. Definitely.
DNA, semen all up in that motherfucker. You worry about some plant life. What about the dick life?
Right. Yeah,
it's the right type of vitamin D. Damn.
I heard. I'm not going to mention the name of the person because I'm not trying to, whatever. It was one of your videos, pretty recent. You had, I think it was about four of y'all on there. And
well, if you go figure it out,
and she was talking about abortion. She was talking a little bit what you were saying, and I have to correct her on this. The abortion thing. I heard her talk about the private and the money and all this, but a lot of poor people having these babies and children out of wedlock, and they're having a lot of them.
Right.
And what white women do, they take the plan B, right? Or they have the children. But if you look at the numbers, let's just be fair and square. Right. A lot of women of my generation are killing these babies left and right, and mainly they're males. They're male.
More than the goddamn police, ain't it? More than the damn police.
Facts.
So y'all want to protest Planned Parenthood, but y'all want to protest police?
Right. And it tells me there's something they don't like, and really it's themselves, and they really, really don't like black men. And that's what I think a lot of it is. You can see how they talk to us. You can see how they treat us. And, if we're not shit, who's raising them? It's single black females. So it don't make no sense. They always, contradict themselves when they say all this shit. So I'm just...
Because they don't know who they are, man. They're confused. If they're the first teacher of the children and they confused about the lesson, this is what happens to a people.
Right.
When your women confused and don't know what to do in hell, they don't know what their natural role is, this is what happens. It's like systemic dysfunction, arrested development, and this is a form of abortion.
Right.
We do not recognize the head of a household, you basically aborting yourself of a future.
Right. And then a lot of them, because I like to study these kind of women that say all this shit, that are black, that say, oh, the black men ain't doing this, they're not educated, they're in jail. But when they get around white men, their whole attitude, their whole spirit changes.
Even they talk, the way they talk changes, right? Their voice change. Like, what the hell going on?
That's exactly. So they get around us, it's like, they talk to us like the white woman would talk to us back in the slave days, or whatever. That's how it feels. And I'm not saying all, but I will say a lot, and it's too many, like you said.
But they're the gatekeepers for the white man.
Yeah.
If the white woman's the white man's bottom bitch, then they the gatekeeper. They the overseer.
Right.
I mean, everywhere I go, whether it be the IRS, this black woman screw me over.
Right.
IRS, DMV, Kroger's, everywhere I go, some black woman trying to screw me over because she mad about her baby daddy and child support. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I say, hello, how you doing today? Well, I ain't doing fine. I gotta stay at work. Like, what you worried about? Well, whoa, you don't know me like that. I ain't never put no vitamin D in you.
Right.
You don't know me like that. Stop that crap. Then I see black women, they got kids and shit. Your kids out there bothering me. You supposed to be telling, hey, leave him alone, son. Why he looking for a daddy? See, he hang around mama. He not gay, but he acting like her. You got a lot of overly emotional black males. I had to go through that. I mean, I was, my mama did the best could, but I had to learn, hey, man, you can't be like them. Cause look, I remember Memphis, one of the poorest, big cities in the country. It's engineered poverty though. It's by design. You got all these millionaires and Fortune 500 companies in Memphis like FedEx, International Paper, AutoZone headquartered here. You mean we this poor? We the temp capital, one of the temp capitals in the country? Come on, man. But you see a homeless black man on the street, nobody gives a damn. And then if you see a homeless black man with a homeless black family, they really don't give a damn. It's like Negro. There ain't no love for a black man struggling. Ain't no love. We the most disrespected group of people in the country. Now, if Biden gets in, we're gonna be obsolete all the way. And the black women okay with this. Not all black women, but a lot of them are.
Yeah.
I don't mean to scream. I'm sorry.
No, I mean this is the therapy session. It's very
therapeutic, man. It's funny. I act like this. I get more women to respond to me. That's crazy.
Well, they want that.
I try to be nice and kind, and I turn on steroids. I turn and redo all that shit. I'm just saying, but they eat the cake and suck my vitamin D.
Right. Gorilla pimping. Yeah.
Yeah, they like Obama's gorilla pimping.
Yeah.
I mean, could he shoot a jump shot? That was so 2008.
Right.
I mean, y'all crazy about that? All these black folks got put in jail. Y'all crazy about the fact he could make a jump shot?
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said too, I deal with a different class. I'm not. I could deal with Laquita and Shaquita and all this, but
I'm in Memphis though. You blessed. You in the DMV. That's still some hope. But Memphis is Ratchet City, man. Ratchet City. It's by design.
At least, well, I'm gonna say this. I tell people this: the DMV or the DC or Maryland, they have because I lived in, I can say this, I live in different spots. This is the worst part of the country for dating. And I say that because you have a certain class that thinks they can do this. Then you have women that look like you and I that really don't want you. And a lot of them are dating white men. I mean, an outstanding amount. And that's very frustrating. And what they don't want to talk about, the reason why they always point the finger at us and say we doing this, we like white women, or we don't like them, is because they want to be with white men. So they put this distracting smoke screen up so we can't figure out what the fuck they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. If you know how many times I've seen that, and these are fine looking black women too. They ain't just some ugly, and I
a lot of Jet Beauty of the Week came out the DMV or DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I remember Jet with the Beauty of the Week. Right.
A lot
of them came from there. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I mean,
all types of flavors like Baskin Robbins.
A lot of them, they talk about we get lust, or I think, what was she, or fetishize, she was saying something like, y'all fetishize white women. White women. I'm like, no, we have to date outside our race because a lot of y'all either don't want us or it's just too difficult to deal with you. And I can just tell by her attitude, certain things are not right. It's like, and this is the thing too. Really, a woman can only really be in one relationship. After one relationship, even if it's bad, she's shot. I'm not saying that's for all of them, but
that's that template that they refer to. Bag lady, you play the guitar. You know what I'm talking about. That's a bag lady syndrome.
That's right.
Put them damn bags down.
That's right. And I mean, it's like, again, I'm not trying to, beat her up or nothing like this, but I'm just saying, like, it's the same rhetoric and it's not getting to a solution. And then if you're 50 or 40 years old and you're single with 2 or 3 kids and no man's marrying you, you still get that anger and hate. An individual like her has to look in the mirror and go, I am the problem. You know what I'm saying?
And she hate her sons.
Right.
And her sons hate her problem. It's Freudian.
Right. So, and then, once the son brings somebody like her home, she sees a reflection of self, and then she don't like her.
Right.
So it's just
that's a hard truth, man. Cause I be on these dating sites. It's horrible, man. It's like, damn, I can't get no 7 or 8. I mean, I'm not a bad looking guy. I don't think I'm a bad looking guy. I got a lot of things going on. I mean, everybody got their issues, but damn, it's like if you look at it's crazy, man. Because you go like women, they have multiple kids by multiple fathers, and they say, well, family come first. Well, okay. Well, why you on this site then? It's for dating.
Right.
The priority of this site is for dating and hooking up. It's not for family.
Right.
And you ain't gonna let me raise your kids. You already put your imprint on them. I'd rather have my own. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't let you. Hey, you can't talk to like that to my son or daughter. You can't do this and that. And they already screwed them up.
Right.
Because first and foremost, I mean, women got to start being accountable. I meet women sometimes, they say, run. I get all wasted, so I don't be accountable for what happens in the bedroom.
Right.
So you can't. How's that rape then when you basically giving people free will to do what they want to you?
Right.
Because you want to numb the pain or self-medicate and be like out of your mind, so you can't deal with. I mean, it's like so much trauma in our community.
So much.
And black men at this point, our women, not all of our women, because you gotta do that because they're gonna be. You said all black women. That's a lot of y'all though, and in certain positions. But we gotta start thinking outside the WAP. Think outside the WAP. And a lot of times the WAP ain't work because really a man's value increases. A lot of women's value go down over time. No disrespect to women. I mean, it's something about a man, because really, like Judge Joe Brown would say, you judge a man, a race is judged on the quality and achievements of their men.
That's right.
So if your black males can't become men and do something that's very worthy and reflective of greatness on the race, then we doomed. More than just playing basketball or football and damn shit. I'm talking about building things like community, running businesses, just doing things, being in a position to self-determine what is best for all of us. If our men cannot be in those positions like that and be men and stand tall on principle and have vision to see farther and to think long term and not always be emotional like a woman, then we doomed as a race. Our men are not males. I mean, a lot of our males are not men.
Right. Yeah. I like I said, I'm not trying to beat her up or anything. but I did not hear one time. You hear this a lot too with them, or women, black women, women in general. One time her expose or denounce Cardi B's, the Meg Thee Stallions, you know, the Thoughts, the WAPs, the WAPs. Not one time do they do that because that stuff benefits them. So it exposes their whole routine. So, you know, reason why we talk so much shit or we denounce this shit because it affects our family and community. But I don't hear women out here going outside and doing these crowds and saying, stop, you know, showing your ass, stop showing your breast, stop being a hoe, stop doing it. You don't see it. You see them promote it, or they're like white people with racism, especially on black people. They hush up in the corner and let it happen and then say, I'm not racist. But no, you're still racist because you're not denouncing. So that's what women are doing. So in that podcast, it was frustrating to me. It was a good podcast. It was just frustrating. I hate hearing women say all this shit, but they're not attacking the problem, but then saying that they are and they're not because they're benefiting.
Yeah, it got to be, like what Lil Wayne say, be specific.
Right.
People hate him for that, right?
Right.
Be specific in what you're addressing and what you want. And a lot of us ain't specific with our wants, man.
Right.
We don't know what we want.
Right.
That's the problem as black people. We just know we want. And then like, okay, you say all that, but then you vote for people, they ain't gonna give you nothing. They tell you up front, we ain't giving you nothing.
Right.
Black people saved Joe Biden in South Carolina.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But wow, I'm not gonna give you nothing. If you ain't, hey, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. But you talking about black folks on the plantation.
Right.
At Candyland, yeah. You know, but what I'm saying is like, you know, we don't ask for anything at all. At all. But we like to blame each other for not I mean, come on, man. It's like we like black women as a whole, they pick their gender over their family.
Exactly.
Not just over a man, but over the whole family. They choose their gender. White women don't work like that. Even white feminists don't. White feminists don't work like that.
Right.
But black feminists, or Dr. Randy Schultz said, pork chop feminists, it's all about denying your man his manhood.
Right.
Disrespecting your man in front of his seeds. Instilling that type of self-hate and disrespecting them. Creating generational curses. Now, a lot of this stuff is systemic. I mean, it comes out of slavery. You know, you think about, you know, the sex farms where you had a black man be screwing his mama.
Right.
Or his sister or aunt. And then you got, you know, black women today, they have their black boys, they're the man of the house. How you gonna be a man of the house when he haven't had a rites of passage to be a man?
Right.
So how you gonna put that on him as your boyfriend or husband? That's crazy. Then they wonder why they sons can't, you know, I don't know, man. It's like
it says you mean. Just put it, say it raw. Say it
I
raw.
mean,
say it raw.
Black women. Let's be realistic. You raise what you hate. Is that why I'm saying it right? You raise, I'm not saying, you know, it's like, okay. Women are the nurturers and teachers of the child, right?
Right.
But if you already made a decision to be with the wrong man, like Dr. Francis Cress Wilson would say that black people should wait till they're in their 30s to start having a family.
Right.
So by the time you have certain life experiences and stuff like that, you might, you know, college, whatever it is, you're more mature. Like your brain ain't fully developed until 26, allegedly. So you can make hopefully better decisions based on life experiences before you bring another child or person into the world. Be responsible and accountable for yourself. But we live in a system that is arrested development for black people. We're not allowed to mature into our full potential. You know, our leadership is not allowed to develop until they prime. They're cut off at the knees or even at the womb with abortion.
Right.
So we really are. I mean, like, you know, people say, well, we vote. I mean, voting ain't gonna free us.
Right.
Overthrowing the system and replacing it with another system, we might have a chance. But liberation, freedom ain't free. See, how you gonna talk about you want freedom, but you want Social Security check? Or you want a 401k? Freedom don't have no safety net. So my thing is this, as a black man, if you get to a certain age, you can't even speak your mind in front of your woman, then that's a problem.
Right.
That means you're not really a man.
Nope.
You just a male.
Right. And that's the thing, you know, I don't like I said, I look at my generation, I look at the one that's next to mine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know I'm just gonna say it, and this might sound coonish or whatever.
No, a black man vote for Trump, you the ultimate coon. I vote for Trump twice. I'm super coon. Give a damn. Like you give me some WAP. Give me some WAPerations, damn it. Come on, holding the WAP back. Hey, they hold. Hey, who gives a damn?
If black men like us, like you and I, there's many. The funny thing is too, the media puts out there like it's just black men with their pants down, killing each other. Right. They're gay and they're educated in jail. But there's a lot of us out here that have this mindset, that have these ideas, that have this strength, that have this knowledge, but it's put down by step one, which is the opposite of us with the vagina. And I'm just saying at this point in time, if things don't work out and correct itself, we either got to look elsewhere, I'm talking about race-wise or whatever, because we're being forced to, or I guess just go extinct. I mean, is that the plan? I mean, that's what
it is. It's depopulation one way or the other. Whether it make you gay or they put stuff like too much soy in our food to make us, hormonally imbalanced.
Right.
They use birth control to make you sterile. Women, Depo-Provera, or even your food. They can put stuff in your food. They had corn down in South America that made people sterile. Right. So this is the same system you trust with a vaccine. Bill Gates can't even keep viruses off his program on your computer. Right. You trust him with a vaccine for coronavirus?
Right.
Bill Gates? He can't keep a virus out his macro software. You trust him with the virus vaccine. Okay. See, what it is that our people are not, we dumbed down by design. We're living in an idiocracy. It's not a democracy, it's an idiocracy. Or the idiocracy, like that movie, right?
Right.
By Mike Judge, who created Beavis and Butthead and all this stuff. So people should check that movie out. This is where we at right now as a people, because even with this voting thing, I would suggest that people stop looking at these so-called fake news stations. It's getting people emotionally manipulative. I mean, they getting people riled up. Just look at the data and know that there was never such thing as a fair election in this country.
Exactly.
Never been. You go back 60 years ago. How the hell Kennedy gonna win Chicago with dead people voting? Nixon really won that election. You think about, Hubert Humphrey. Judge Brown always talk about Hubert Humphrey. Hubert Humphrey was made an honorary alpha back in 65. He never went on the line. I know Judge like to say, I love Judge, but I'm just saying that take all look, it's all online. I want us to stop always looking at people like you and I or anybody as the supreme oracle, okay? Go out there and do your damn research. So it's something when you feed yourself. Like, like the old biblical thing about I could give you some fish, but I want to teach you how to fish.
Right.
But you go look at Hubert Humphrey. He was like Bernie Sanders, all right? I always disrespected by the Democratic Party. So they gave Hubert Humphrey a chance back in 68 after they killed Bobby Kennedy. But Hubert Humphrey was supposed to win the West Virginia primary, the Democratic West Virginia primary in 1960. Right. But Kennedy's father made a deal with the devil, with the mob.
Right.
So they fixed that primary. Because had he not fixed that primary, he would not have been the presidential nominee. Same thing with Joe Biden. I mean, Clyburn helped rally up the base in South Carolina to vote for him. But yet, Joe Biden didn't appreciate that because he already said his top goal in his first 100 days was to take care of the LGBTQIA. But black folks saved his political life. No respect for our, and then no respect for our sacrifice. And black men said, that's no problem. We try to save the black family. And Trump really is the better option. But Trump gets sucked. People got this thing about Trump. It's crazy to me because y'all loved him 10 years ago.
Yeah, they did.
This is media manipulation. Trump is the truth teller in this equation. Biden is a liar. Biden lies all the time. Well, Biden, but it's not like that right now. Look at how they turned a landslide into a tight race.
Right.
Donald Trump had a landslide, and they turned it into a tight race for Biden.
Yeah, it was all red. It's all red.
Yeah, that's crazy. You called for Biden when you just reported less than 1 or 2%.
Right.
But then you report almost 99% or 95%. You can't call it for Trump. You got dead people and people never existed and seem like they voting. It's like 1960 all over again. Now, they both cheat. You know what I'm saying? Because politics ain't about being fair. There's no such thing as a fair anything in this world. But you got to think about, 20 years ago, Bush v. Gore thing, right?
Right.
Al Gore really did win Florida, but what Al Gore messed up is he could have either won Tennessee, his home state, with 11 electoral votes, or Arkansas with 5. He couldn't carry either one of them. And he had Bill Clinton, who was the governor from Arkansas. I think carried both back in 92, 96, if I'm not mistaken. And not only that, Al Gore Sr., his father was a very popular U.S. senator from Tennessee.
Right.
And he still couldn't get Tennessee. He just needed 5 electoral votes to be president without Florida. You know, and you gotta think about it. You trying to compete with George Bush, his brother is the governor? What Bush say? Just because you get out the most votes gonna mean you gonna win. And to me, politics is not about a symbolic victory. It's win, lose, or draw by any means necessary. George W. Bush is a successful politician, not because of his policies, what you might think about legislation, but because he was able to get and maintain and keep office by any means necessary.
Right.
And he empowered his circles. That's what politics is all about. People say, well, why you want to be president if you don't make this like 6 figures? This is why, because no matter what you do, they'll still take care of you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You got the best health care. Look how long they live. All they evil they do. How long they live. They die in their sleep. But Fred Hampton died in his sleep by the Chicago Police Department when he was 21. But George Herbert Walker Bush could die in his 90s in his sleep. And he can't recall where he was at November 22nd, 1963. But he can't recall where he was at December 7, 1941, 20-something years earlier. See, instead of, like even 2004, right?
Right.
Normally, in presidential history, when you win Ohio, you win the whole thing.
Right.
So George Bush, I believe John Kerry did win Ohio, but like in Florida, they had the Secretary of State.
Right.
Rig everything. Like this time was a black man, because the lady, I think her name Catherine Harris, if I'm not mistaken, people look this up. She was Secretary of State during 2000. She became a senator, right? Was she a U.S. senator at one point? After that?
Right. I'm okay.
Either representative or U.S. senator, but she was rewarded.
Right.
And then the Supreme Court decided, right, when they were like, when Al Gore was getting momentum, they decided to cut it off because the Supreme Court, that's why it's so important who's president based on who appoints Supreme Court nominees or make them, justices or whatnot.
Right.
So you had a court stacked by Reagan and Bush 1. So that made the difference. Right now, Donald Trump was smart. He had got 3 appointed on his first term. So actually, the last one, she went to school here in Memphis. She wasn't no Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University. She went to Rhodes College here in Memphis.
Right.
For undergrad. So, and then she went to Notre Dame for law school. But what I'm saying is, he is old. I mean, especially Kavanaugh and her won't forget how Kamala Sutra Harris, treating them during the nomination hearing.
Right. So,
what Trump did was very smart, because he brought that up when they found out Kamala Harris was going to be the VP nominee for the Democratic Party. He said, well, I didn't like the way she treated Kavanaugh. It was horrible. Terrible. Horrible. So he put that out there. Basically, I guess that's the all wisdom, like y'all like to say, well, a lot of people like to say. But he already knows it's going to come down to the Supreme Court. Right. And Trump been honest about it might be rigged and all this stuff. He said he should postpone the election. But everybody say he's a liar, he's rigged for him. No, Democrats have a long history of rigging elections. Republicans done it too. I mean, you go back 2004 and 2000. But I just told you about 1960. And then Pennsylvania is interesting to me because Joe Biden already is on record saying, he got the video saying he's not for fracking.
Right.
And that's a major part of their economy. So how you going to vote against your best interest?
Right.
If you depend on natural gas and all that, and pipeline and all that stuff. That don't even sound right.
And what people don't know, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's a good amount of oil in the state of Pennsylvania too.
Oh yeah, that's why Bill Cosby in jail. He's in jail because he won't let Kinder Morgan run a pipeline through his property in Massachusetts. And there's a lot of oil out, natural gas, like Dick Gregory would say, Baba Dick Gregory would say, he had more oil under his property than Kuwait.
Right.
That's why Bill Cosby ain't in jail for giving somebody Benadryl, please.
Right.
We are so simple. Bill Cosby should never be in jail. There should have never been a trial. That was rigged. And
right.
People, it's like, that's why I'm saying we're not ready for revolution. Somebody should have broken Bill Cosby out of jail.
Right.
Like a shot of Secor. We not ready. Muhammad Abu-Jamal is riding away in Pennsylvania.
Right.
We could have got Kardashian. I think Kardashian. Did anybody tell us that, hey, ask Trump, can you get out Muhammad Abu-Jamal?
No.
To me, he's more receptive to doing stuff like that. He got that queen pen.
Right.
Here in Memphis. He got her out. So Donald Trump, to me, is more receptive to doing business than a person who's been a lifetime politician and made his career out of destroying the black family. Same thing with Kamala Harris, career prosecutor, locked up the black family.
Right.
And this is how because she ski weed. Nah, she like to ski. Nah, ain't no ski weed. Ski. All up in her walls, all up in the drawers. Duh. I don't care no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I do care, but you know what I'm saying. My family probably disowned me. I don't care. I never got enough love or enough WAP in my life to really give a damn at this point at 40. Well, I'm sorry, you can ask me a question. I'm all over the place. I know people run, lost his mind. I haven't lost y'all mind yet.
It's the therapy session. This is the uncut therapy session.
Yeah, you are my therapist. I should be paid. I got some Obamacare somewhere. Let me pay you some copay.
It's funny they talk about the WAP, but I'm like, what about I'm gonna be real. What about the tightness? What about the grip? You know, I mean, anything can be wet, but if it's a hole that's just wet, I mean, you know, I listen to these lyrics and I go, they don't explain thoroughly what they talking about. They gonna do this shit, you know. Yeah. I just had to put that out there, but
sometimes they stuff so wide it's like a Lincoln Tunnel though. You can't say nothing.
Right.
It's like, you small now, you just too big. You like your shit the Grand Canyon. My stuff the Titanic, but your stuff the Grand Canyon. Right. So I ain't gonna, you know. Then like you got women, they stuff so dry like the Mojave Desert. I'm talking they young women.
Right.
Let's say I know some older women that know how to take care of themselves.
Right.
And that shit be flooded like Noah's Ark. It be some biblical flooding going on down there. Some Old Testament flooding. Some Old Testament WAP.
Right.
You know, you had some old women having babies and you know, you got young women having babies like Benjamin Button. They old and, you know, it's weird. Like our women, I remember like being a substitute teacher.
Right.
A lot of women, like a lot of girls, like you know, they teenagers, they can function, but they get pregnant. And you look at them, I be looking at, damn, why is she eating like hot Cheetos and jungle juice at 6 o'clock in the morning and she's pregnant?
Right. Exactly. Right.
You know, Memphis is known, we got a high mortality rate, infant mortality rate, and we got some of the so-called best drinking water in the world. This is the headquarters of St. Jude's, but yeah, you got some of the highest infant mortality rate in the country, or even in the world probably. Because it's engineering poverty, but you got the woman or the girl, the nurturer, functionally illiterate. A lot of our people graduating from schools and shit are functionally illiterate.
Exactly.
They're being socially promoted. You think about it, it's irony because 20 years after the Civil War, black people as a whole, we was the most literate group, or one of the most literate people in the whole country.
That's right.
And then, like, go to 2020, now you got folks graduated, can't even read their name on their diploma. And they're having babies with no knowledge of self. So you got women or girls, little girls, you know, eating like flaming hot Cheetos and jungle juice. And 7 o'clock in the morning, you got a child on the way. And probably ain't really been to the hospital or to a doctor to check, you know, see what's going on. So that's a form of abortion right there.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as a man, if we need to take the next step and be our full masculinity, and our women are doing certain things, can we really become all that we can be? And unless we get with somebody else, and I mean a different race of women, but I just...
You know what? Some of the best fathers on the planet are black men.
Yeah.
We have more black men raising black girls. See, a lot of probably women, they never had a proper relationship with their fathers. They were absentee, or they were just males. And the thing about it is, I notice now when you talk to women, they need a father figure as well as it's a very like weird incestuous type of thing where I can't just be your husband or your man, I gotta be your father too. Cause they looking for some type of approval from a man. It's funny. Like I like being middle age right now. I guess I'm 40, right? Because you know you're middle age when she's young enough to be your daughter, but she's old enough and legal enough to be your significant other, or your girlfriend, or spouse, or something like that.
Right.
So it's interesting. You start, you talk to women. I talk to women my age, even older, or even younger, half my age, and like the same thing. A lot of them just never had that father affection or support and confidence. That's why they act the way they do, and they pass it along. It creates generational curses.
But what about the ones that had the mom and dad, or the dad in the house, and let's say the dad was not just a male, but he was a masculine male? How come they still turn out and be like, I don't want to say Cardi B, but it still come out as a degenerate
like
type of female?
Garza. She complain about getting her daddy some coffee. He paying the bills. You got a roof over your head. You got food in your big stomach. You complain about getting him some coffee. See, it's a resentment. You know, like how you know it's some gangster thug dude that comes from good families.
Right.
Good families, but they choose that lifestyle.
Exactly.
I got cousins like that. They come from like Huxtable type of they choose to be thugs.
Right.
It's some type of resentment or a type of thing. And you know, I know a woman like that. You know, she's just a waste because she got chocolate, got these big old humongous titties, is shapely, voluptuous, very talented, raised in a household with a good man and a mom, but it's just weird. Her thing is like, you know, she'll talk to me, right? She'll say, well, Ron, here's a suggestion. But she thinks that because I don't, you know, follow up on her suggestion or her advice, that means I don't listen to her. No, I listen to you, but I choose to be where I want to be. I choose what I want.
Right.
I choose self-determination. I can listen to you out of respect. I can take what you say in consideration. That does not mean you run me. I ain't no puppy dog. I'm a man. You don't tell me how to live my life. If you want to be with me, we're going to have some understanding. Like, I got to understand what your role is. You got to understand what my role is. But, I mean, it's a waste because you got all this going. You know, you smart. You good, beautiful sister. Got these big. I wish, like, we have some twins. Like, if you touch her, she probably get pregnant. You know, you got the twin sucking on one titty. I be sucking on another titty. You one big happy family. I love you, matriarch, big mama. Oh. See, I don't. Damn, Ron, I thought you was a revolution. You know how people do.
Yeah.
They don't think people supposed to be human. I'm a human being.
Right.
I have trauma from black women and black girls all my life. Traumatized on the playground, everything. I'm serious. I know you laugh, but even women in your family traumatized me.
Right.
And they love me too, don't get me wrong, but we all dealing with some type of dysfunction though, as black people. How can you be whole in a system that counts you as 3/5 when it comes to voting?
Right.
You know, people always talking about the 3/5 compromise ain't in the Constitution. It is in the Constitution. The 3/5 compromise is in the Constitution, but it don't mean what you say. No, it's not what it means, how you feel every day as a black person in a system that's not for you.
Right.
They treat you as subhuman.
Subhuman.
Right, so, and you treat yourself like that, we allow ourselves to be treated like that. Why are you giving away votes? You tell me to go vote, but it really means go vote for the plantation owners.
Right.
Not vote for freedom, not vote black first, really means that, hey, you know your place. See, when black folks say vote and when they talk about vote, they ain't stroll to the polls. You don't see no white people doing country line dances and we're going to step to the polls. Cast a vote, roll do-si-do. You from Texas, do-si-do, here we go. Cast your vote, yippee-yi-yo, yippee-yi-yay. We the only group of people got to be entertained when it comes to serious stuff. Person gets shot, you doing a cha-cha slide where they got shot at.
Right.
Step to the left, watch the blood. Step to the right, watch the blood. Two step. I mean, what's wrong with us, man? Don't we see how retarded this is? I'm in the twilight zone, man. I be having conversations with people. They swear they don't hear what I'm saying. They say the same thing I just said. That's how I was in art school. I was the only black person in class. And saying I say something and the teacher will say it, and then the people say, he just said that.
Right.
That's the teacher ignoring me.
Right.
I'm an invisible Negro. We all incognito when it comes to being black men in the black family.
Right.
We don't exist.
So talk about this is a critical moment, I think, in a lot of relationships. Talk about like I said, this is a therapy session. Talk about the trauma. And that's real shit what you said. The trauma at the playground with dealing with little black girls as you being a little black boy. Talk about that. A lot
of them be developed. You know, black girls get developed because of the hormones and the food and stuff like that.
Right.
So black girls be aggressive, man. And you know, I don't have a father around. I mean, I know how to be a man. I'm a boy. I'm just like, even in kindergarten, you know, even like through our school, a lot of women aggressive. They'll just grab you and stuff, do stuff like that. You know, people say, oh, that's okay. But black men have been black boys hypersexualized and not protected by the community. I was talking about black girls, but black boys, we have no protection. None. Boys. And people say, oh, this is good. There's a lot of women that are predatory. It's like Ike Turner was taken advantage by older women when he was young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe they played a part in him being bipolar and how he treated Tina to a certain level, but he was taken advantage of. Before he was, your brain ain't fully developed until you're 26, so you at 12 or 10, and these women be 30 or 40 just screwing your brains out. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
You form some type of attachment. You know, what's happening? You know, don't even got hair down there. They screwing you like that.
Right.
And it may have been abused too, but it goes back to the sex farms. It goes all back to slavery.
Right.
Everybody can look at that movie Farewell Uncle Tom. It talks about the sex farm. A lot of them in Maryland and Virginia area.
Right. And like I said,
yeah, it's crazy, man. A lot of women are very like Megan Thee Stallion. It's the Megan Thee Stallion complex. You're supposed to be a mare, but you act like a stallion.
Right.
But you say you straight, you hetero, but you don't know your role. You confused. So
Right.
imagine that the woman being the first teacher of the child, you raising no kids, they confused too. They sexually confused, identity confused, because you don't know who the hell you are.
Right. Yeah, and then I remember when she came out, everybody was like, "Why is she calling herself a stallion?" But her story was, some dude that I think she said age 12 was like, "Yeah, some guy named me the stallion or something." Da, da, da. She really didn't go deep into it, but I was like, "Yeah, that sounds like some shit where she was probably 16 or whatever, and she's with a dude that was 35." You know how that shit is.
Yeah. R. Kelly didn't start that.
Right.
I mean, when I was in high school, even junior high school, after school, you had dudes parking lot pimping. You had the parents and the teachers and police there. They ain't stop it though.
Facts.
Take them to McDonald's around the way, or to the mall of Memphis to buy them some Foot Lockers and school.
Right.
But it's always been like that though, and they come out of slavery too. All our dysfunction be traced back to the foundation of this country.
Right.
Of this republic, rather.
Yeah.
So we was here before the republic, as you know.
Right.
But
right. Yeah, because y'all were talking about that a little bit too. You were talking about the indigenous stuff and basically, you were talking about the Trail of Tears, you were talking about Oklahoma, you were talking about the $5 Indies, and it frustrates me, black people even now with all this information, they don't know, and what throws them off, I just say it, I'm like, you don't have an African lineage, you're not of African descent. I don't subscribe to the slave ship thing too. I don't subscribe to the Mid-Atlantic and all that, and became everybody. I don't believe none of that. Because one, all that stuff was designed by the Jews and Nazi Zionists and all that kind of stuff. But
and who benefited from the slave trade? You go even to Charleston, South Carolina, the Jewish people are honest about their role in the slave trade. Even in the Civil War, Vice President Judah P. Benjamin was Jewish from Louisiana. He was married to a Attn mulatto lady.
Fact.
Just like Jefferson Davis was married to a black woman. She looked black. So black women talking about don't protect black women. Well, y'all married? Yeah, y'all sleep with the enemy. Willingly a lot of times. It ain't always they rape you. You willingly slept with the enemy.
Right.
And continue to do so.
Right.
It is what it is. Cause I ain't getting no wop.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna hold this. Y'all been withholding. I got interest. I got wop interest.
That's right.
I'm old wop with interest.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, real shit.
I love this man, PiNeal, man. I love this man. You a great brother.
Hey, man, this is. Hey, I'm always gonna try to. I'm kind of trying to hold back, especially.
Why?
Well,
this is therapy. Why? I mean, look, I lost about maybe 20,000 subscribers. I should have been over 100,000 subscribers by now.
Right.
And you see the people that grow their platform. It's interesting. I know I've been shadow banned. I don't care about that because you powerful when they gotta limit your numbers, but you really reaching people still.
Right.
That's why I keep on going, because I know there's people out there that feel my pain. Feel my pain. What Bill Clinton said, feel my pain.
Right.
I feel your pain. I feel it. Because I feel it so tight in here. And I think you got chlamydia. I'm burning with passion. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the son we were talking about too. That's the son too, by the way. People don't want to.
Oh, yeah, you go, man. That's like Bill Clinton, like mulatto face.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
That's his son.
Right.
You know how you can tell the old folks, you go to talk to people in Arkansas, black and white. They know who he is. That's why he ain't dead. He's protected.
Right.
Bill Clinton's protecting his son from his psycho wife.
Right. The real God to Brother Polite and all, and the white woman is God.
These people are insane. I don't follow nobody. Some lady told me to follow Ice Cube. I ain't follow him to the restroom. That's weird. But the Democrats want to follow Ice Cube to the restroom. But I don't want to follow nobody but my own good common sense.
Right. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I peeped that. I saw that.
Yeah, it was like, man, what the hell? I don't know. My resolution was off. It was good, like this, and like then I saw like maybe it was satanic. I don't know. Cause he talking about I overtalk you over talking me, but like I just asked her, right? Name me one thing.
Right.
Why should we vote Democrat? She couldn't do it.
Right.
She said I set her up. That's how I set you up. You can't talk about reparations. You don't know how to make the case for reparations.
Right.
Claim, and she claims she Adolf. And she probably don't listen to me. She probably unsubscribed. I don't care.
Yeah, because I was listening to it. I mean, literally, you would say something, and she would say something, and you would say something, and then she would just, and I'm like, that's my point with some of the women live. That's how they treat us. Like you can't, and you were spitting nothing but facts, nothing but fucking facts.
I said, just look it up. Don't even take my word. Just look it up. 'Cause I know they don't trust a black man. We've been programmed not to trust black men.
Right.
Cause even when I said about Judge, I'm not trying to disrespect. I said it with respect and love.
Right.
Cause I already know what they're gonna do.
Right. Yeah, I was like, he's literally spitting hot fire. She didn't hear one thing. It was like, you're a little nigga boy. Fuck what you're saying. And that's how I felt when I was.
But she told me she loved my brain. She don't love what thoughts come out my brain. I guess she loved my brain, she told me, but she don't like how my critical thinking process was in my brain, I guess. I mean, she got sons. Think about that.
Right. And like you just said, you create what you hate, the psychosis of that circle of life, if you will. Yeah, but I like I said, I try to hold back a little bit because, I've had a platform that was not big as yours, and it don't even fucking matter, but, I was really doing me, and it's like you get shadow banned, people block you.
Oh, I'm gonna hold back. I mean to hold back.
No, I like for example, this is probably my third YouTube page.
But why? What they say? What they say? You violating community guidelines?
Violating community guidelines, hate speech, shit like that. That kind of stuff.
I mean, to me, what they doing is hate speech. I mean, to me, big tech are the Nazis.
Exactly.
Trump ain't nowhere near a Nazi. How can people say he's a fascist when y'all can ridicule him freely on social media, but he can't respond back?
Right.
Because they say, well, we're going to remove this tweet. You can't say that, Mr. Trump. But everybody, he's a tyrant. He's oppressing me. How is he oppressing when you making fun of this man 24/7?
Right. Right.
He ain't executing nobody or making fun of him. Now, Hillary, you got to watch them Clinton Chronicles. I need folks out of time for Arkansas. I mean, white folks who used to be judges and all this. They'll tell me all this stuff about the Clintons, man. And I believe almost all of it.
I would too. Just like, the Twitter I had, they deleted that because I started posting things about American University where I went. And,
yeah, that's an interesting place.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. I was posting all this shit.
Okay.
Oh, it was horrible. Ask Dr. Short about American
But I thought they
University.
talk about diversity and multiculturalism in American University.
that shit was like the ultimate feminist Nazi experience. I mean, it was. I mean, I could tell you some real shit, but it was horrible. And I started posting this shit on Twitter, and I noticed when I posted the links, the link would get blacked out, and they would have like this weird face shape or something. It would say this has been blocked out due to whatever, and it was just things about the campus and their racism. I didn't say anything like, this person. I just posted what the Washington Sun had on there, the Washington Post or whatever. You can't even see it. So now I posted other stuff from other schools. They allowed it. I'm like, what makes this university so whatever? But see, but that campus is a CIA front. People don't know it. So, I mean,
American Dad, American University. Just like the show. Predictive programming. Boom. Like people talking about Simpson predict the future. Nah, it's called predictive programming. You look at the Operation Mockingbird.
Right.
Y'all, I tell my mom, turn off down CNN and Fox News. Fox News ain't no good. None of them no good. Stop letting that stuff, because you fall asleep with that stuff on, it gets embedded in your brain. I remember when I was in college, I loved Billie Holiday. But I had to stop listening to her while I went to sleep because I wake up depressed like a motherfucker.
Right.
Like, my man hit me, but I love him. My man, nobody can tell me different. I'm like, God, why I'm so depressed? What's going on? I'm lethargic. It's Billie Holiday. God, I stop that woman. It's like she, like remember Lady Sing the Blues and Richard Pryor played piano, man. Diana Ross, she didn't look like no Billie Holiday. It didn't sound like her, but it was funny. That scene was my favorite scene. Piano man, no piano man, don't go away, piano. That's how black women be treating black men. They see us getting, help me, baby. They're killing me. Oh, baby, I wish I could. I got the Facebook Live stream on. But that Philando Castile. Oh, look, I said, wow, she go calm. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know nobody. I'm just saying, I think it's weird that we can't figure this out. All this stuff is solved. it's false flag, and just because like false flags don't mean it's not real. Actual people get killed.
Right.
I mean, like even like you look at 9/11, 911. You know, you had a show called the Lone Gunman. It was a spinoff from the X-Files. They did their first pilot episode March of 2001. It was about an airplane, a commercial airliner getting hijacked by somebody hacking this computer system.
Right.
To fly it into the World Trade Center.
Right.
That was March. You can look this stuff on YouTube to watch it, the Lone Gunman. And what happened in September of that year? The World Trade thing. So, I mean, I remember like the dude that created X-Files, I think, he said that, you know, X-Files is a great show to look at. Great, you know, the truth is out there. But he was approached by some government officials saying, you know, you need to cool it a little bit.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You need to cool it a little bit. You put too much out there.
Right. So did you see this is old news, but did you see the Ice Cube thing with what's that show called? It's on Fox.
Hot Tales, Fox Soul.
Yeah, did you
Why
see
are these places Fox Soul and that Black Information Network? It's not owned by black people.
exactly?
So why should I trust it? But yeah, I heard about it. I ain't gonna watch. I can't look it out on. You know, not a black woman got multiple personality disorder. You can't. It's hard to deal with one of them, let alone 20 different personalities.
Right.
Just with one black woman. I ain't saying all black women. Let me just disclaim on all black women. Okay,
Right.
but I think Ice Cube was very patient. You gotta be patient dealing about women. Cause a lot of them are confused, man, because they put their gender before race.
But they always
they put their
always
gender
do-
before race. That's the problem.
they always didn't do that until Miss Ann and Whitey got in her ear. She got a bug up her ass, and she just went full throttle on us. And I'm black men is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And but they always didn't do that. It was always just like he was talking about. He was saying in this promise to black people. Then they go, what about the black women? He's like, promise to black people.
All of us, the black, let's say black family, but then nobody said nothing about Black Lives Matter, not respecting the black man,
Right.
not honoring the black hetero male.
Right.
And we complained. I mean, I take it back. Judge Brown and a lot of us did point that out, and they changed the language. But they said everybody but black men are welcome in the family, and that's weird. But then you look at the founders, like the Lisa Garza, her daddy was. I'm assuming he's white Jewish.
Right.
But really, black patriarchy does not exist in a black family. Like the Black Lives Matter truth, there's no black patriarchy.
Nope.
The patriarchy they talking about is the white man's system,
Right.
the white man's world.
Right.
Black men don't make no policy. Even Obama, half breed,
Right.
not real black man, because he never put black people first on anything.
Plus, he's African. He's not our bloodline.
Well, I think a Negro from Chicago named Frank Marshall Davis is his daddy.
I remember saying it.
Yeah, let's Google Frank Marshall Davis
Yeah.
and Obama and look at their pictures. Do you look at with the mama and Obama and Frank Marshall Davis? You put them together, that's Obama.
Yeah.
But that's the line. Think about he went to Chicago.
Right.
Get financed by who? People talking about he was supported by $5 donation. No, he was supported by the Goldman Sachs Inc. That was his biggest donor. So that's why he ain't putting no Wall Street people in jail for what they did for robbing the American people. Even though the American people demanded that these folks be held accountable, what did they do? Nothing. But reward them with bonuses and more taxpayers' money. Then his Secretary of Treasury with Timmy Geithner, he didn't even pay his taxes. But yeah, they put Wesley Snipes in jail after he paid his taxes and overpaid. They gave Wesley Snipes 3 years. Timmy Geithner guy was rewarded with being the Secretary of Treasury. And he had illegals working for him. So man, black folks is weird because even when I'm getting off. Sorry, I'm gonna go back. I ain't gonna get out.
No, keep on there.
Well, I'm saying black folks are weird because you look at Maxine Waters. You don't even live in your district. You live in Hancock Park in a multi-million-dollar mansion, and you got all these homeless black people in Los Angeles on Skid Row. You got black folks can't keep their homes.
Right.
Think about Steve Mnuchin, who's the Secretary of Treasury, who's over One West Bank, George Soros Bank.
Right.
They kicked out 80,000 families illegally. A lot of them were black. When Kamala Sutra Harris was the state attorney general, and when Maxine Waters been in the office for almost 30 years comes this January. You let that happen on your watch? You got the nerve talking about some Social Security check, weekly health reparations? And then if I get old, it may not be no Social Security. You really be free then. Y'all gonna know what freedom really is when you don't have no Social Security. So they use all that money up. They still using our Freeman Bank money, man.
Right.
They tell me they don't got no reparations.
Right.
This is bullshit.
Who said She looks like James Brown in the face. It was what was his name on Fox? O'Reilly.
Oh yeah. There was Bill O'Reilly. They got rid of him though too.
Well, I mean, see, but see, I agree, and you know, I wouldn't talk her like that, but the way she's treated her own black people, in like, it's just, I don't even know how.
She's a poverty madam.
Right.
Not a poverty pimp, but poverty madam. She's not a stallion, but she's a mare.
Right.
So she's a poverty madam. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how we still respect her when we talk about her. Like, oh, Maxine Waters, like she's done something. One thing she's done is been a black Hitler for us, if you will. So
yeah. I mean, black folks hard. I mean, it's expensive just to visit California.
Exactly.
You can't find a hotel like one day in California. A hotel may be 3 or 4 days somewhere else. Right. How much you pay for a hotel in California? It could be in the worst part of Cali.
Right.
In the hood. Shit.
Right. Yeah. That's, you know, like I think you know, we're figuring this out, you know, because the more of us do this, the more, I mean, black men, the more we put this thing in a balance, and we get these Nazi feminists, black lesbian, self-hating,
black lesbian Marxists, BLM.
Right. We get them out of there, and then they're, what I like to see is their followers that either are benefiting from them, that are living through them vicariously or whatever. We just got to expose them, because a lot of them are just in the fucking way. A lot of people are in the fucking way. I'm just gonna be real with you.
We're going to have a civil war, and I don't mean people assume civil war. They think I'm talking about just shooting people up. Right. Look at Marvel's Civil War. Anybody die? Well, dude got hurt, you know what I'm saying? But they were like, what the hell is that? It's like an all-star game. It wasn't a damn Civil War. It was an all-star game. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, like, okay, but what I'm saying is we're going to have a thing where we punish our own traitors.
Right.
Through various means. Like, stop voting them in, for one. Stop supporting their businesses. Stop supporting their projects, entertainment, movies, whatever. Right. Like Janelle Monáe, I was a fan of Janelle Monáe. I think she's very talented. I remember when she came to open up for Erykah Badu in Memphis 10 years ago. I thought she was a hell of a performer. But to say what she said, let me know what time it is. It's time to end this. You all pansexual, but you got no love for the black man who vote for Trump. You could screw everything. You could screw a Debo voting machine.
Right.
No, you could screw everything, but you can't, you know, respect the black man because he might have a different point of view politically. And Maxine Waters, all the things she did to undermine black families in California, you can't respect a black man who try to put black people first by voting for Trump.
Right.
Because that's what my vote was for Trump, is putting us first.
Right.
And I think he would be the easiest path to get our reparations or whoperation, whatever the hell it is.
Both.
all the above. You're right. So Biden already said, if you ain't talking about dildos and transgender restrooms and stuff, unisex, whatever, you ain't talking to him. I think that's weird, because I don't have no problem with people's sexual preferences. They ain't really the issue. To me, it's like, how they treat black people is more important. James Baldwin, he was race first. Mm-hmm. You know, he knew he might have been homosexual. I heard, Dick Gregory told me he was just playing that part. He was hustling. That's what Dick told me off record.
Wow.
He's dead now. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Right.
So I know, Brother Ron said, I already know gonna be like clips of this. I'm just gonna put it out there, because people they like that type of stuff. But I heard James was just, hey, you're playing his role.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but whatever that may be or not be, he still didn't talk about, I want to have a Neapolitan ice cream. I want to get Neapolitan on. I want to get my Neapolitan on. That's more important than black folks getting their human rights and civil rights respected. He knew what time it was with us. He knew that they saw him as a black man before they saw him as a gay man.
Right. Yeah, and he's talking about, reparations or money, you're not quote unquote Native American, and I hate when people say Native, we're indigenous, we're not Native. Native is just a motherfucker that's born somewhere. We're the root and soot of this land. We are the indigenous people. So
we had our own nations, not just tribes, we had nations.
Right. From the West, from the Midwest, from the South, from the East. We was, people don't talk about, and you know this. I'm preaching the choir and all this kind of shit, but California, that's named after.
Preaching everybody. We preach it. It's therapy, but it's going out there into the universe.
Right. Just like California, it's named after a black woman.
Yeah, also, one of the biggest real estate owners in L.A. was a black woman who was associated with the Mormon faith. And then Pico Boulevard is named after the black Mexican who was the last Mexican governor of California. He was black. He owned a lot of real estate.
They founded Los Angeles, yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know that though.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's. I know I keep talking about this, but I
said Mexican general. I think I said Mexican governor, right? He was the last Mexican governor.
Right. You're right.
But anyway, because people, I get Santa Ana, all this stuff confused, and how people. That Negro got something wrong. You already know they look at they fact. That nigga got. They don't fact check Biden, but they'll fact check a nigga like me. Oh, that nigga got some. Oh, I got some good news. We all be has been invalidated, Mister. We all be knowing shit. You didn't know a goddamn thing. I'm gonna do it. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. The world's ending.
Hey, man. Hey,
how is it almost Friday and we just had what the hell going on, man? We just had the hour push back. How the hell is it almost Friday again?
Right.
Are we living in Groundhog Day?
This is the Matrix. Well, I ain't gonna say
it. It's a Matrix.
I think the woman's the Matrix, but that's a whole nother theory of mine right there.
Lord, you gotta have females on this. Cause the black woman is God. She's not a goddess, but she's a god. She's not a mare, but she's a stallion.
Well,
it's like, look, see how the confused black woman God. Well, what's the black man?
A child. That's
right. That's what it is. Okay. All right. These people crazy. All that to get some WAP.
Right.
Just lying to her. All that for WAP. I guess I need to start doing that.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely. I mean, you want to bring some get a female perspective on this, but I'm just so tired of their bullshit because I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying not to just say it, but I'm eventually gonna get back to really how I've been doing it. But I'm trying to keep it where, the videos can be seen and it won't be flagged.
We gotta go make our own then. We gotta build our own field of dreams.
Yeah. I
mean, it's getting to that point now. If we're gonna get out the plantation, we gotta get out of the plantation. We gotta escape the plantation on all levels.
Right.
You gotta be like what Dr. Short talked about, the Dismal Swamp or the Maroons.
Right.
Go to the mountains, go to the swamp. We gotta get the hell out of here.
Right.
Because Dick Gregory said playtime been over.
Facts.
That's why I'm in the gym every day now. You either running free or you running scared, but I'm gonna be running to get in shape until that time comes.
Get ready for the Civil War.
Yeah, I don't know why people can't feel it. People look like I'm crazy. My own family, like, you crazy. Y'all don't feel what's going on. These folks are not gonna lay down because what we got now that we didn't have 20 years ago is social media.
Right.
No matter how much they censor stuff, people keep on uploading. They showing you what they doing.
Right.
The game is rigged.
Right.
You just gonna sit down. You look a little. Man, until we stop loving football and loving hip hop and all this media stuff and caring about celebrity lives, we ain't gonna never be free.
Right.
We need to start studying military science, start reading books, study history, start talking to each other. It's sad, like, even with women, you try to talk to a woman, the art of the conversation is dead right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because you could talk to a person in person, and instead of them talking to you, looking in your eye, they'll be texting you their response.
Right.
I said, I'm trying to talk to you. Can you body language, look in my eye? That's all programmed. Because think about it, all them big tech guys, they don't see their kids, they send their kids to private schools with no technology.
Facts.
Because they already know what that is, mind control. They know how to get you into Facebook. You might be checking something, they know how to hook you into the timeline and all this stuff. It's like, how can you be focused on anything if you always being distracted?
Right.
If Charlie Parker, the great Charlie Parker, said he practiced 11 to 15 hours a day on the saxophone for 4 years.
Right.
But what he had Pornhub or Facebook back then on social media?
He'd be fucked.
Be different strokes, be a different stroke, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he'd be masturbating for 11, 15 hours a day.
Right. I
don't know that for sure, but I'm gonna say, think about what if the founding fathers couldn't write, you know what I'm saying? So many distractions. And then another thing is that you can't always trust the numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm shadow banned a lot of ways on different platforms, but evidently it's reaching people. It reach you. I go walking out. I go walk across country. Somebody might recognize my voice or face, whatever.
Right.
I get phone calls. People say people doing their own podcasts now.
Right.
They say, I've been listening to you for years. I didn't know that. I don't know you.
Right.
If you know me, and I'm glad that you trust me, like Baba Dick Gregory says, people want to know who they can trust.
Right.
My thing is not about trusting me, but do you trust yourself? Do you know yourself?
Fact.
Have you developed your intuition? Because these folks will lie to you about who you are. They've been lying to us because we don't even believe that we are Aboriginal,
Right.
or the part of this land. But if you say Africa, were all the land mass together at one time? Do they say all the land mass was together and separated?
Yeah, Pangea as they call it.
Yeah, the Pangea, exactly. So I mean, I don't know what to believe, man. Like climate change, it was no. I mean, you still had the ice age.
Right.
I mean, is it just a natural occurrence? I mean, everything's a big hustle, man.
But that's why, like, you know, that's why we can't have these Nazi Zionists, as I say. We can't have rule. Because you were talking about Pangea, like, for example, I could put out all these articles and say, well, the continent of the Americas popped up out the ground before Africa. So how in the hell did life start in Africa? And this is true. You know, anthropologists say this, da 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 da. You know, I just I could go down the line with it, but you know, talking to these Afrocentric people because they're making money off this fucking, you know, Nazi Zionist bullshit that's been shoved down our throat. You know, they don't really want to fuck with me because I mess up their money. I mess up their fan base.
I mean, you speaking your truth, man. You putting out there is a danger. Like Dr. King, he was okay when he tried to integrate hamburger restaurants where they spit his food. He said, God bless you. I love my enemy. Turn the other cheek. We want them other cheeks down there, boy. All right, you take these cheeks too. But when he started talking about economics and, you know, policy like that getting in place to influence policy, that's when they took him out.
Right. Fact.
You know, all they want to be with my enemy, the Stockholm syndrome. When you say I want to be liberated, have my own, that's when they want to come for you, like Tulsa. See, like even with that, you know, they use sex, the rape of a white woman as an excuse to take our business and politics, our self-determination away from us.
Right.
Sex is low vibrational. It ain't about to say, it's about bigger game.
Right.
So my thing is they create this gender war between black men and women. It played out in the Black Panther. That's a side.
Right.
Black Panther movie was side because at the end, why you fighting? Meaning women betrayed the goddamn country.
Right.
Because you didn't respect the king that actually was the king.
You know, a lot of people can't even see it.
Top.
A lot of people can't even see what you just said based off that movie. They can't see it.
Yeah, because we ain't ready for revolution, man.
Right.
If you still care about who won Sunday football, you ain't ready.
Right.
If you a Cowboy fan, you know you ain't ready.
Unfortunately, I'll say this: I used to be. But
I'm still a Cowgirls fan. I look at the history. You know how you look at the Yankees? You have them bad years, but you go back on the history.
Right.
I grew up with the '90s Cowboys, one of the greatest football teams of all time. Dynasty.
Prime time,
everything.
Yeah.
It would have won more if Jerry Jones could have just checked his ego.
Facts.
I mean, people forget Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson went to college. They played college football together.
Right.
And Jerry Jones was actually a pretty good, you know, football player.
And old man.
Yeah. But
Yeah. And it, like I said, that football and that basketball, don't get me started on that because that shit I can't stand, and I know a lot about it, you know, but I can't stand.
Yeah, but I give LeBron James his props for helping his best friend. His best friend's sister got killed over the weekend. Home invasion, I guess she got shot in the head.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
But he used his platform, 48 million followers, to help them out. And you know, LeBron, I like him, but he just can't be the spokesperson.
Right.
He can help. He can support people on the front lines. You don't have to be out there all the time representing everybody. Like P. Diddy. P. Diddy is like a woman.
Well,
you know. But I'm saying I ain't getting all the Jaguar rights though. But I'm saying like he's very emotional when it comes to politics.
Right.
I remember 2004, Voto died. Come
right.
on, man. We dying anyway. Hell, fuck a vote. They killing us anyway. Before we even get here, they killing us. It's called abortion.
Well, you know, them people told him to do that. You know, he's nothing but a coon clown dancing a Sambo. So
what does Suge Knight say about it? He told the truth about him.
Right.
In the 95 Social War, you want to do it all in your video. I mean, P. Diddy, who was his mentor? It's Clyde Davis. He learned from the best.
Right.
Bloodsucker.
He's nothing but an evil little Jew, motherfucker. But you know, let me know if you gotta go. So I know you said 5. But
we got time. I mean, this is therapy, man.
Yeah,
The world is burning, man. We don't even know who the president is. They supposed to be on election night a couple of days ago. We still don't know the president. We know, you know, man. It's like, it's my hope, man, that whatever happens, whoever they decide they select to be the president, that our people wake up. It's gonna have to be real bad. One of the reasons why I voted for Trump 4 years ago was to get to this point.
Right.
I guess we still haven't suffered enough, not because of him, but because things have been exposed on his presidency. And let me clarify with Dick Gregory. You know, I have a video I did with Dick. I waited like 12 hours in this lobby, this hotel in Manhattan, about 4 years ago.
Right.
And Dick came and I spent the night and we ate late dinner.
Right.
The next morning, I did this interview with him, the October surprise, I think. And you know, people are catching up to it. You know, of course they demonetize it. You know,
of course, right.
but he talked about Trump's shadow, I think, in that video. And people think he was talking about Trump. No, he's talking about the aftermath, the shadow.
Right.
He didn't fear Trump. It's what's coming after Trump.
Right.
And this is where we at. It's the aftermath. I ain't talking about Dr. Dre. I'm talking about the aftermath. This is where we at. This is like, it reminds me of what Stephen King novel, The Stand. Is that it called?
I think so. Yeah.
We're at that point now. It's coming because we got days are speeding up. This is biblical. I don't read the Bible. I don't go to church. But this is some biblical stuff going on. If you got two planets, like, you know, talk about Naribu, that's the name of that planet.
Right.
Now, you got a lot of stuff approaching us, right? You know, they just came out, they said UFOs are real.
Right.
They talk about the parallel universe. I don't know why they talk about it was a parallel universe. Oh, Beyonce got Black is King. Dance to the pole, strip to the pole. How low can you go? Vote. How low can you go? Vote for Joe. Vote for Joe. Vote for Joe. Crazy Negro mania. Negroes done lost. They gone wild.
Right.
I don't care anymore. Unsubscribe. I don't care. Y'all ain't. If I gotta work a job, if I gotta get off this podcast, this therapy session with this brother to work a job, y'all not paying me. I'm not an agent.
Right.
This is costing me, people.
Right.
I love y'all though.
Yeah, they're gonna say Trump, you're Trump Russian bot.
No, y'all CNN bot shit. Y'all AT-aliens. Hell. Need to investigate y'all, all this foolishness down there and all around the country. Black folks. You know, I have not talked to some of my good elders because I might curse them out.
Right.
So it been like months ago, they've been calling me. I don't talk about it because a lot of our black elders ain't wise counsel.
No.
They are not wise. Have you seen Fargo season 4?
No, I haven't seen it.
You gotta check that out. Chris Rock is funny as hell as a crime boss, but you know, I like him. But my favorite character was Glenn Turman, the guy who played, you know, Different World as General, ROTC, whatever.
Right.
He was his advisor, Dr. Senator. And to me, they were gangsters, but that's wise counsel because this dude was in World War II, he was a lawyer.
Right.
Interviewed Nazis and stuff like that, but also he was his consigliere. You look at the mafia, he was his counselor, consigliere, his advisor. And to me, that elder was wise counsel. You know what I'm saying? He was a strategist. He calm things down. It's like what a man's supposed to do. Like, you know, like Tupac said, you remember what happened 2 years ago where Aretha Franklin eulogy was done by a guy named Jasper Williams, he's from Memphis. His brother runs a church here called World Overcomers.
Okay.
And Aretha was born in Memphis, but they found it close. He actually did her father's eulogy, C.L. Franklin, the $1 Million Voice, a while back. But, you know, when they got all that pushback for him talking about man, and, you know, how the black community and stuff like that.
Right.
And what the hell I was saying, man? I'm older now.
You're talking about the show with Chris Rock.
Yeah, like
Wise counsel.
What I'm saying, that wise counsel. But you look at the response, how a lot of black people were upset. But you look at how so-called men responded. They were emotional.
Right.
They were male. They would respond like, how dare he say all this? You know, he didn't say nothing wrong. To me, you know, and the thing about it, Tupac said something that reminded me of that situation. He said, man, if I had a man in my life, I'd probably be a little bit calmer and cooler and not be so reactive and be like a woman. I'm paraphrasing. I mean, saying, having like, you know, as a man, for me, a woman can't teach a man how to be a boy how to be a man. A woman cannot teach a boy. They could do the best they can. But men are needed. Black men are needed in our community. Right. How are you going to talk about we don't want black men, but then y'all mad because we can't protect y'all? But you raise a bunch of males. That's why. Right. Because if they were men, they'd be willing to not only protect you, but put their life on the line for you. But
my
you want
question is-
males that
my
you can
question
control
is-
and manipulate.
Right. My question is, what is there to protect now? Am I gonna protect the black bitch with the weave? And I mean,
I think about that every day.
I mean, what?
I don't know, man. I
Not
think
going to
about that
war?
every day, though. I think
Right.
I want to hear your thoughts about it, man. What do you think about it?
Well, I think there's nothing to protect no more. You know, I look at the Vivica Fox. That's why I brought that show up. I look at Vivica Fox. I look at all these women like that with the weave and with the pro-feminist mindset and the hate, the rage, the self-hate, the self-annihilation, the abortion, all this. And my thing is, why would you want to lay your life down for a woman or women like that don't even like you?
This is true.
So, why?
But you know what's sad? Our greatest black women love black men.
Right.
Our greatest black women leaders, they had love for black men. Like you look at Ida B. Wells, like I told about her friend getting killed, she had love for that brother. She loved black men. She had respected black male leadership. You think about Fannie Lou Hamer, who lived on a plantation all life, who didn't know she could vote till she was 44 years old. She was married to a black man that had her back. That had her 6.
Right.
But she respected the black man. She knew that feminism was evil. Just look up, check out Fannie Lou Hamer. She talk about how the white women were using the black movement for their own end. And this woman never went to college, none. No form of education, but she's very intelligent and a lot of women's intuition.
Right.
So our greatest black women leaders love black men. Now, how can you be Black Lives Matter and don't love black men?
Right.
Our greatest women leaders love black men.
Right.
They knew the value of strong black manhood in the community.
Yeah.
Like Rosa Parks, she loved Robert F. Williams. She loved his dad because she grew up in the household where her grandfather was a Garveyite.
Right.
And he believed in self-defense. She didn't believe in nothing. I mean, she believed in protecting yourself and protecting your family.
Right.
She had a lot of respect for Robert F. Williams, but they don't talk about Robert F. Williams because he actually lived to be an old man. And like he said, when they were fighting against the Klan and all this stuff, nobody died. Because he said his whole thing was to make Monroe, North Carolina, like what Mount Vernon is for George Washington. He said black people need a Mount Vernon where you teach the kids. George Washington didn't die in the Revolutionary War. He lived and long enough to be president, the first president under this republic, for which it stands.
Right.
2 terms, and he was able to retire to Mount Vernon.
Right.
Black men are even not allowed to reach their full maturity as men before they cut down in their prime by more than one way. And I'm tired of black women talking about all black men in prison. Now we in the prison of matriarchy.
Right.
They ain't no damn. That's not the. I ain't talking about CCA or no private. I'm talking about we are in the matriarchy prison in our community. We're not allowed to mature. We're not allowed to have responsibility or accountability. And y'all part of the problem. A big part, because you the matriarch prison. Y'all also the gatekeeper for white supremacy.
Facts.
I ain't talking about the system of racism. I'm talking about white supremacy. See, I ain't like talking about the hustling stuff. See, that's why people get confused because they confusing white supremacy, which is the religion, with racism, which is the system.
Right.
The separation of church and state.
Right.
But yet they have us voting it where? In churches. These people are insane. I know people gonna get mad. I don't care no more. Y'all don't love me enough for me to care. Yeah, say have a woman come over right now and say, I'm gonna love you, Ron. I'm gonna put all this anger out of you. I'm just gonna screw it out of you, Ron. I'm gonna exercise the anger, black man. I ain't got none of that, man. Come on, we don't protect you. Hell, who protected me? Who give me WAP?
Right.
Who makes sure my bloodline continue? Then we,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You talking about the prison take the alpha male? No, we hate alpha males.
Right.
We are bred and programmed to hate strong black men.
Right.
Even black males. I hate my father. Why? Because, and why you hate him? Because my mama said he was bad. See, my mom never talked bad about my father.
Right.
You learn about your father as you get older. Or whoever, your mom or whoever. They don't need to belittle or downgrade because you slept with the man. You saw something of potential, whatever, in him. So don't act like that wasn't there. But these women, a lot of them just spew all this toxicity around their children. And you don't even know you're creating generations of trauma and curses.
Right.
Because some of the best fathers on the planet are black men. This has been scientifically studied and proven.
Well,
Why do you think they want to separate the black man from his family then?
they say the real deadbeat dad is the white male anyway, because you
Hell
look at the
yeah,
stats.
even since slavery. Come on now, you jumping
Yeah.
the fence at night and going back to the plantation house in the mansion.
Right. Yeah, man, we're if people knew, it's like I wish I could see a meter, like a pain threshold or some type of guide where you can see the pain in black males, especially that have passed, that didn't have a voice, that didn't have anything.
Well, talk to the older black man in your family, like the movie Fences. That was about us and about our grandfathers and great grandfathers.
Right.
You had all it took, but you never had the chance to show it. Like you look at Josh Gibson, the great Josh Gibson, who probably hit more home runs than Babe Ruth, but he never got a chance to show what he was made of. And he went crazy. I think he died before. Yeah, I think he died when he was 35, 36 years old.
Wow.
I mean, but he lost his mind because he know how great he is. How come they picked Jackie over me? So Jackie Robinson wasn't the best baseball player in the Negro Leagues. He wasn't by far the best, but he was the one they can deal with.
Right.
He put forward the best face for the effort, and
Right.
it destroyed Jackie Robinson.
They did.
All that stress, trauma. I mean, he died. He was like in his 50s, but he was about 80 years old.
Right. Now, Babe Ruth, some people say he might have been black. What's your take on that?
I believe he was. I mean,
Okay.
you look at him like an Olmec head.
Right.
Big head, his lips. They used to call him nigger lips. They were Ty Cobb. I ain't putting out on Ty Cobb, but white baseball players. They lied about Ty Cobb too, man. You don't know
Right.
what to believe about this BS. But Ken Burns made living line on people. But that's why I think. But I know, hell, forget all that. Allegedly, let's put allegedly in there. But they used to call Babe Ruth nigger lips.
Right.
And Babe Ruth, see, they feared Babe Ruth because one of the things they feared was if he became manager, he would put a whole bunch of black folks on his team. They would, and also Babe Ruth said the greatest ball player was a black man named John Henry Pop Lloyd.
Okay.
Amazing shortstop. He was a hell of a shortstop and a hitter, fielder. They say he was a black Honus Wagner, the great white shortstop from the Pittsburgh Pirates. And he was, the most expensive baseball card is his baseball card, Honus Wagner. It's worth over millions of dollars. And when he was told that he was compared to that guy, he said it's an honor to be compared with that man. But Babe Ruth said he was the best. A black man. You think about even Joe DiMaggio, he said the greatest pitcher he ever faced was Satchel Paige. And Satchel Paige was an old man by that time.
Right.
That I'm thinking. But you think about, we don't know our history, but we are poor stewards of our history because we don't keep proper documentation.
Right.
We want the white folks to validate who we are.
Right.
That's the problem. And to me, they want to be us though. That's the trick. It's like they asked B.B. King one time, what did he think about the Beatles? The Beatles? He said all they did was re-import the blues. Because people don't understand, the blues musicians go over to England and stuff, and them guys be hanging around them in Piccadilly Square. I mean, poor ass John Lennon and Paul McCartney and Mick Jagger. They be asking guys all questions. I'm talking about people like Bo Diddley, B.B. King, Harlan Wolf, Willie Dixon, Muddy Waters, or whatever. They'll ask those type of guys. Little Richard broke in the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Facts.
Rolling Stones are named after a Muddy Waters song.
Right.
So this country is so hateful. You wonder why we hate ourselves? Because you hate the originals and love the copycats.
Right.
The piss poor copycats. I talk about Eddie Cochran, right? Eddie Cochran was a disciple of Little Richard.
Right.
See, I used to thought Little Richard was just full of crap, but he actually is I've been in rock and roll. I'm not saying it was other people that like Ike Turner and Tripp, but think about all the people that came through Little Richard.
Right.
Otis Redding. I mean, they from Macon, Georgia. You think about I just said the Beatles and Rolling Stones opened for him while he was over there touring. You had the guy Eddie Cochran that opened for him. He had that little, epiphany on that Down Under concert tour. You had Jimi Hendrix play his backup. He had to fire Jimi Hendrix because he was overshadowing him. But then they did a documentary from the early 70s. People should look at that documentary. They interviewed Jimi Hendrix Muse, this black woman that they need to do a movie about her because she had everybody. You talking about some WAP. He had Jimi Hendrix, Sam Cooke, Jackie Wilson, James Brown, little who did it? Who's that guy? Oh my God, the Fever guy. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Fever.
You got the fever. They had the white girl do his song. He died in prison on a suspect circumstance, like 30 or 29 years old. I interviewed his son. I want to say Little Willie. Man, I can't think. Man, I'm getting old, man. Damn. Damn, this oldest. Is that what it is? You start having brain farts and stuff. I'm about to look this up. I'm gonna try to find it. But she had all them men, right? And every single last one of them died strange death. I had a friend of mine named Emerson A.L.L. Jr. He's an ancestor now. He worked with, he kicked Isaac Hayes out the high school band. He was a high school director at the Manassas High School back in the day. And Isaac Hayes was in his band, kicked him out. Ended up working for Isaac Hayes at Stax, worked for Al Green, Sammy Davis Jr. And he know all where the bodies are buried. He used to tell me things. I thought, man, I can't believe this. But he told me, nobody dies a natural death in showbiz.
Wow.
So you look at even Jimi Hendrix. You don't know that Jimi Hendrix was a big financial supporter of the Black Panther Party.
Right.
He buy the newspaper all the time. He used to donate a lot of money to him. That's why they killed him, because they want to neutralize Jimmy from being effective using his music to influence the masses to rebel against the government. Jimi Hendrix's manager was a guy named Mike Jeffrey, who was MI6 as British intelligence, like James Bond.
Right.
And he died allegedly in a plane crash that his body was never recovered. But he was over Jimi Hendrix's estate back in the time. He disappeared in a plane crash. Probably still alive, would live to be an old man, probably. But Jimi Hendrix is interesting. I know people that work with him, and his best friend was a guy named Larry Lee, a guitar player from Memphis. They met in Nashville. He used to play the New Club Era. I think I got it right. The New Era Club. All these black clubs in Nashville, they used to be the backup for people like Curtis Mayfield, Who's My Cousin, and the Impressions, Aretha Franklin. So Jimmy actually was in 101st Airborne, right?
Right.
Screaming Eagles at Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Right.
Got discharged, moved to Nashville. That's how they met.
Right.
But before Larry Lee was drafted by during the Vietnam War, he gave Jimi Hendrix his winter coat. So Jimmy had that while he was freezing his ass off in New York, being homeless for 6 weeks because he couldn't find a gig. And this was right before he went over to England. So he did a reverse of what the Beatles and Rolling Stone did. They came here, but he went over there to get his fan base up.
Right.
So I mean, Jimi Hendrix is never really appreciated by us.
No.
Because they tell all type of lies and misdirect. Jimi Hendrix was not a junkie.
Right.
He liked to experiment with stuff. You know, that's why he called his band The Experience.
Right.
And so Larry Lee went to Vietnam, and Jimmy, when he came back, he had a metal plate in his head. And he was also a victim of Agent Orange, not Donald Trump, the original Agent Orange.
Right.
Vietnam veterans. Okay, I don't want to be, oh, Donald Trump did it? No. But Jimmy called him and said, hey, man, I got a gig in Woodstock. You want to come up, man? He said, all right, Jimmy. Went up to Woodstock. He was the lead on Mastermind and Gypsy Woman, I guess, and Why I Sing the Blues, whatever. Right. It's all recorded.
Right.
And so he was actually overseas with Jimmy right before he died, the last days. And I interviewed Larry Lee's widow. He died in 2007. And also, he was a band director for Al Green for a number of years as well.
Wow.
I think he wrote the song Judy, one of my favorite Al Green songs. But allegedly, Al Green had to pay him a lot of money on the court steps to shut up about it. That was another story. But he said he saw all type of weird, like some weird women around, like gypsy women, but they were like white women. He thought maybe they was weird. Probably could have been intelligence. Because they actually murdered Jimmy. He didn't choke out vomit. They killed him on the way to the hospital.
That's what I was thinking too.
Well, I heard. You know, his girlfriend, the white girlfriend that was there, she died not too long ago. I guess a suicide or something.
Right.
She wrote a book about it. But I mean, they murdered Jimi Hendrix.
Right. Yeah, because Hendrix.
How we get to this point, man? Did I ask you a question?
Oh, you definitely did.
Okay.
You definitely did. Like I'm a huge Hendrix fan, so I'm sitting back. You know, I'm listening to what you're saying, and that's gold right there. I know they killed him. It was I don't know. He like anything. You know, he had the patent for rock. Well, I'm not gonna say rock and roll, but he had the patent for the next step for rock and roll. He invented the, if you will, distortion box or gain and that sound. And you know, white folks, they stole that, took it away, and then they claimed it. But yeah, he was the
rock and roll is our stuff, man.
Oh yeah,
all that's our stuff.
Oh yeah,
even classical music. Beethoven was black. All that's our stuff.
Right. Yeah, just I kind of go back and forth with the rock and roll thing. I'm like, did Little Hendrix? I mean, Little Richard do it? Did
he did it, but the contributions can't be denied.
Right.
He didn't create rock and roll, but like when he said I invented rock and roll, I'm like, look at who he brought, who it was influenced by. Little Richard. Like I said, he basically introduced the Beatles and Rolling Stones to the world. And so many other people.
Who do you think did rock and roll? Because I this is who I think of in rock and roll. This is my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could say the head honcho. This is my opinion on it. Is either B.B. King or Ike Turner. I mean, I don't know who you would say.
What about Chuck Berry?
I agree, but the reason why I say B.B. King is because of certain chords he would do in certain rhythm patterns.
Okay.
And then Ike Turner had like this, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressiveness, how he would play his guitar. Chuck Berry definitely like brought it to the mainstream, if you will. I'm not saying Ike and them two didn't, but he was like the main guy. But I'm saying
he
like
was the mainstream. Even how he announced his words, Chuck Berry is interesting to me. I love.
Yeah.
It was very like country. You know, he was very much influenced by country music.
Right.
You could tell, but he's playing and singing.
He was the first R. Kelly too.
No, yo, you tell the truth. Now he just the first well-known one. Cause you could probably had a couple of people. Cause I mean, you talking about who have been in rock and roll? You think about Winona Harris. Winona Harris. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I have. I don't know too much about it, but yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he was Elvis before Elvis.
Okay.
But the only problem was he wasn't white enough.
Right.
He was too. He was light skinned with them green eyes, whatever he had. And also, he didn't want to play that role. He just wanted to be like, black music. He didn't want to like be crossed over and all that stuff.
Right.
So Winona Harris, I love Winona Harris. It's so many of our greats that don't get recognition.
Right. Yeah, and then because I remember it was a podcast with you and Judge Joe Brown. He was talking about Hendrix. He was like, "Yeah, I wasn't really into it. The black folks weren't into that hippie stuff." And I was like, I mean,
it's Judge. Like I said, you gotta research because he was a supporter of the Black Panther Party. I know Judge didn't agree with that, but you got people that knew that was like that, like his muse. He said he gave a lot of money to the Black Panther. He found the paper all the time. So he would be called as woke. See, it's the trick about Hendrix. They said he was too white enough for black. He was too white for black audiences. He was too black for white audiences, but his shows would be sold out.
Right.
Like the Monterey Pop Festival, all this stuff. People want to hear this guy.
Right.
Woodstock. So I mean, who's telling the truth about that? And my thing is, it's all a matter of taste. Because even Judge don't care for Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson did something to him some way. Judge don't care for him, but he said it didn't. It's not personal. I don't know. Music is personal to me. You know what I'm saying? Well, you like to listen to it. To me, it's a personal preference.
I agree. And the Michael Jackson thing, yeah, he definitely was killed. Do you think? I mean, from my research, again, I wasn't there, but do you think all these allegations allegedly of the abuse and all that, do you think that was allegedly factual or whatever?
I like to say what Paul Mooney, the great Paul Mooney said. He said Michael Jackson was more X-Files than pedophile.
Okay.
And Dick Gregory was real close to Michael Jackson. Like, he helped him. He got really dehydrated during that last trial about 15 years ago, and Dick Gregory saved his life because Michael Jackson was afraid to drink anything.
Right.
And like Dick would say about Michael Jackson, like, this guy never really had a childhood. He didn't go to no prom. He didn't go to no traditional school. All he did was just dance and sing all day. Like Charlie Parker. It was interesting about him and Charlie Parker. They both were born August 29th. Along with Dinah Washington, Albertina Walker, and some other people. So August 29th is Black August, but they all were born in that date. They Virgo. Right. So Charlie Parker would do all that saxophone playing. Michael Jackson doing all that singing and dancing. All he did. And, and I think he had a pure spirit. But the thing about it is, this is a screwed up world. Because you got to think about serial killers. Right. Serial killers don't look like Michael Jackson. They look like Ted Bundy. Jeffrey, they don't look like no weirdo, no clown. I'm not saying he's a weirdo, but Michael Jackson's like, you shouldn't leave your kids with anybody. I don't even care if that's uncle or auntie. If they got a rep, I'm just saying. But with Michael Jackson is interesting, because I remember on Larry King, because Larry King was a close friend. He testified on the character of Michael Jackson last trial. He had Jermaine Jackson on his show, or it's Jermaine or Jermaine, I don't know. But one of his brothers. Right. He said, Larry, my brother's master bedroom is 5,000 square feet. He said, what'd you say, Jermaine? What'd you say? What'd you say, Jermaine? What'd you say? Right. Say that again. Right. It's 5,000 square feet. That's a mansion. So how big was the bed? We thinking that Michael Jackson was in Motel 6 with a bed that you put a quarter in and vibrate. Right. Come on, sit here, have some pizza. Sit by Uncle Michael. How big was the bed? Right. And then he said he gave up his bed. My thing is, the first time, how come Make-A-Wish and all these people keep on sending kids to Michael Jackson and he was that terrible? Right. Why I keep on sending kids to this man, to the Neverland Ranch, if he was terrible. If he was this terrible. No, he just wanted to be a kid. He had a childlike innocence about him. But also he was a man.
Right.
He brought that Sony publishing, that catalog, ATV, whatever it was.
That's right.
You know what's crazy? Like Paul McCartney, who used to be a close friend with Michael, he suggested he start buying publishing. But he also bought the Beatles and outbidded Paul McCartney and Yoko Ono, John Lennon's widow, for the rights. So they had a falling out. So they killed Michael for that catalog.
That's how it seems to me. That's how the game. That's they shit.
They killed Prince and cremated his body.
Right.
But I don't know how he really died.
Yeah, because I
found him in the elevator though.
Yeah, I see the photo, the real photo they put out there. You know, when he was at the elevator. And I just, I don't know. You know, because I and then
you know why they could do that to people though? Because we don't help each other back.
Right.
See, if we had a real goon squad, we would squash all that.
Facts.
See, that's why Donald Trump said, when he said stand by and stand down, what he said, stand down and stand by.
Right.
Every politician in history has a goon squad. Medgar Evers' brother, Charles Evers, lived to be 97 years old because he had a goon squad.
Right.
He didn't give a damn. Because I remember Dr. King, he told me himself, man, he rest in peace. He told me Dr. King, when he come to Mississippi, the Jack, he used to run to Charles Evers' house. Because Dr. King used to tell him, well, Charles, I feel so safe because you have all the guns and goons. He told me at the radio station down in Jackson, but he had all the goons, he had the guns, because when he came back for his brother, he was gonna get like Bill Clinton, not Bill Clinton, I said Clint Eastwood in Unforgiven.
Right.
He about to kill some white folks down in Mississippi. That man came on the airplane on a Delta Airlines flight with shotguns and revolvers and stuff.
Right.
And 38.
Right.
You know, so he was going to kill some people. Because you got to think about Charles Evers, a World War II veteran like his brother was. He went to Chicago, took on a mob.
Right.
He took on the outfit. This is Momo Giancana, the guys that helped swing Chicago for Kennedy. He took them on.
Right.
So that was a man. I don't know how we got on this. I'm sorry. I'm getting brain farts.
No. I mean, that's
okay.
That's, hey, this is therapy session right here.
Give the people what they want, huh?
Give them what they want. This is the real Ron right here. Like I said, man, I appreciate this. This is
yeah. I ain't worried about working for the white man right now. I'll be all right.
You know what's crazy though? I saw a comment. I don't know what video it was on. It must have been a recent video on yours. But somebody was like, I really appreciate what you're doing now and who you are, what you become. You're like, it's like basically you're telling your story. You're keeping it. You've always kept it real, but they're like you're being uncut. You know.
Yeah, that's why I'm not paid by the Republicans or Democrats.
Yeah. They're like you don't, basically saying you're not giving a fuck is what they.
Right. I would have cursed out Dick Gregory. He lived long enough.
Right.
You know, I would have hated up on him and said, "How's the family?" Call him back. How's the family? And he'll curse you out, and then he'll tell you, "How's the family?" Like, what the hell? Kind of weird. He do that to his own family.
Right.
So to be cursed out by Dick Gregory and he'll call you back and do it was like you family now.
Right.
That's the initiation. He did that to his family, cursing people out.
Right.
And they said, "How's the family?"
Yeah, that interview, that interview was something, man. Because people, just the comments people were saying, they were like, man.
Yeah, but people, you know what? The sad thing about it is, like, people miss out because I try to introduce people to Dick Gregory. They said, "I don't want him to curse me out." I said, "That's why you know you ain't ready to be a man."
Right.
Because you should be able to get cursed out by another man and they say, "Fuck him,"
right,
and just keep it moving. Not fight the elder, but say, okay, he's the reason why he been through a lot of trauma.
Right.
You know, because we don't know our history, though. That's why we can't really appreciate him like we should. And then again, like, it go back to what his brother said. Like I talk about, America does not appreciate the original, but they'll pay top dollar for the fakes and the copies.
Right.
It was cheaper to see Dick Gregory, the actual Dick Gregory, than it was to go to his off-Broadway show to see somebody playing Dick Gregory.
Right.
You can see the actual Dick Gregory made for $20, but to pay to see a fake would be $100.
Right. You know what's crazy? This was probably, we're in 2020. This happened in 2000, I don't know, 15. No. Yeah, probably 15 or 14. I'm on a bus and I'm in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. And I forgot what part of D.C. I was in. And I look out my window. It's like a little park. And this is a part of D.C. And I'm like, that guy looks familiar right here. Really familiar. Then the bus gets closer to the light, gets closer to the park, and I see the gray beard. I see the hair. I'm like, that's Dick Gregory. He's walking around the park by himself, right? Just walking around, nobody's paying attention to him or nothing like that. Then I tell a guy I know that knows his son, because he was telling me his son does
Christian Gregory. Yeah, Dr. Christian Gregory. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's friends with him. He's like, yeah, he walks to the park all the time and all this other. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. But he was just such a free soul. You know, like you said, you could. He just kept it real. You know what I'm saying? Like how we do. We keeping it real. We keep, like.
And he had a righteous anger too. I mean, he had a lot of great reasons to be angry about the situation our people were in.
Right.
So he took all them ass whoopings and police beatings and all that death threats and all the stuff he had to go through, and we still not where we supposed to be 50 years later.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then to hear him, what's refreshing too, to hear him talk about these people that were around him that were not doing what they should have been doing, that were claiming that they were doing certain things. Oh, yeah. To hear somebody in his age group to say, hey, these people were sellouts, these people were, fucking up, these people were, agents or whatever, to hear that and have a man that age to always constantly update his operating system and not be like a lot of old people where. Well,
he was a real elder, right? Not real older, but an elder.
Right. What's a word you just said a little while ago? You said, it was 2 words. It was like a term you used. I forget what you said. We were talking about Chris Rock, and you were saying some character.
Wise counsel.
That's it.
Yeah, he was wise counsel.
That's.
And he's still around though, because we got the recordings and stuff like that. And
right.
One thing about Dick, I mean, he understood the value of the technology. Like, he was each one teach one, but he knew that this technology would amplify.
Right.
He was more concerned about being more dangerous dead than alive.
Right.
So when you like that, they can't stop him. He's freer now as a spirit. His energy is everywhere. So people say, we need a Dick Gregory. People are just lazy.
Right.
Dick Gregory did all he could. He wore his body out for us.
Right.
He deserves some rest, but his spirit, his energy, you can't kill the energy.
No.
It's out there. You Dick Gregory. I'm Dick Gregory. We all can be Dick Gregory.
Right.
Like, it was a brother, the Kendrick Wilson brother, who was the investigator for Breonna Taylor's lawyers at one point.
Right.
I think he went rogue or something. I don't know. But I guess he's a whistleblower about how the investigation went.
Right.
And he said that 4 years ago, he met Dick Gregory at Muhammad Ali's funeral in Louisville. And Dick Gregory told him, I'm paraphrasing, I guess, he said, what you going to do when it's your time? What are you going to do when it's your time? So we got to be asked, what do we need to be doing? Because like, even when people go to church, it's like, you like the concept of Jesus, but you don't want Jesus around holding you accountable.
Right.
You like the idea. Like, I like the idea of America, but that it doesn't exist in reality.
Right. For facts. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Not
and
at
the
all.
thing about it, what it's going to take for it to exist, you don't want to do.
Right.
Everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Right.
Somebody asked Harry Belafonte one time, this dude came after one of his speeches. He talked about, one of his lectures. The dude said, I admire you, Mr. Belafonte, and your generation. What can I do to be more like you guys, like you? Be willing to die for what you want. If you can't do that, then you can't be like us.
Right.
What Dr. King said, if a man ain't willing to die for something, he ain't fit to live, because you already morally, spiritually, and physically dead in a sense. Like, if these times does not excite you in some type of way, if you're not motivated to do something for yourself and for your people, then you already dead.
Thanks.
You just collateral damage and cannon fodder, and you just an easy target for easy pickings.
Right. Yeah, I want you to and I'll have to talk to him too. I don't know if you're familiar. Again, I'm not pushing people on nobody. So let me not.
No, I don't care about that. I want put some WAP on me. You put some WAP on me, you get whatever you want. You can have whatever you like. You know what I'm saying? Like T.I. Put some WAP on me, man.
Hey, for you and me both.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on saying it. I'm gonna manifest it. I don't care. It's gonna be some top grade A WAP though. I don't want all this Taco Bell.
No.
I don't want no Taco Bell WAP.
Well, hold it thoughts in, and this something popped in my head. I just gotta say it. Mm-hmm. But with the abortion thing too, with women, it's like, okay, let's say we want to have a child with a woman.
Yeah.
If she has multiple abortions, her ability to have a child that's healthy lessens due to all that trauma in the womb and all that. And then she might develop cancer and all this. So when we're talking about this abortion and this female health, we're not doing it because we're angry or we hate women. We're doing it because
we love women.
It affects what is, that's what it affects the future.
Mm-hmm.
So the feminist movement, Margaret Sanger and all these
Clan lady.
Right.
You gonna wear your robe.
right.
You gonna hang your robe with Negroes. We like to entertain us while we trying to be serious. We got to entertain the Negroes.
Right, because they
won't pay attention. They still ain't listening, but it's okay. It's all love. I love y'all.
You gotta treat children like children,
Right. That's about it.
Right. This stuff.
I love this show, man. I love it. I receive all the backlash. We go.
Right.
Blame me. I want all the smoke, my Negro. Blame me. I don't mean to cut you. I'm sorry. I just lose my mind, man. I think I'm really functional retarded. No, I'm joking. Nah, I mean you can't be normal in a system that don't recognize normalcy.
Right.
You gotta be creatively maladjusted. I'm creatively maladjusted. What Dr. King said, human salvation lies in the hands of the creatively maladjusted. It's not the people that want to get along. It's the people that, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pay the cost.
Right.
Whatever that is, I'm gonna go ahead and pay the cost.
Well, like you
I
said,
ain't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but you talking about the abortion, and it does destroy the womb.
Yeah, I mean, it destroys a whole lot of things. They and then this will piss me off too. They say, well, it's mainly due to a woman's choices, her body, all this kind of stuff, and that's not true. And I'm not saying it's not her body, but that really just discounts the male. It's like, fuck y'all. Basically, what this is what I think was going on now too. We have these widows and black widows, or we have certain bugs or animals that mate with the male and then they kill them. I think that's their
praying mantis. Yeah,
I think that's what they want to get to. Personally, I think.
Well, the Black Lives Matter or Black Lesbian Marxist website shows that there's no future with the black man. We non-existent in the family. So how's the family?
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to get with Becky in there, man, because I don't.
Well, and black women say that, and they know they're difficult to deal with. But with the white man who's got all this history of hate and stuff against you, you were easy going.
Right.
But the black man who struggled with you, he even willing to put his life on the line for you, you can't, deal with him.
What's that movie? You might know what it is. I've seen only clips of it on YouTube. It's a movie. It's like an old slave movie, but it's like a comedy, but it really ain't a comedy. But it shows how like black women back then were, if you will, sneaking in the bedrooms of their masters, not because they were forced to, because they wanted to. I can't remember the name, but anyway, it was one scene where this one chick sneaks in the big house, if you will. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Come here, nigga, guy. Come here, yeah, come here." And
it was a Mandingo, right? It wasn't the one with Ken Norton.
No, it wasn't that. This was like strictly about like black women and slavery back then and how.
So it wasn't a Farewell Uncle Tom. I don't know. I know they had a lot of scenes.
This movie was like it was like a comedy, but it was real.
Well, dark comedy with darkies.
Like a dark comedy. I remember the white woman or his wife walking down there. He's like, "You having sex with that nigga gal or something?" I can't.
I love it. I gotta find it.
I can't. Yeah, I wish. And I seen this about like.
Either way, it gonna come to you in the middle of the night, whatever. You know how that works.
Yeah.
You thinking about stuff, it is pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was like 6 years ago. I saw it was a long time ago. And again, I only seen like clips of it, so I never seen the whole thing. But my point is, bring that up is like a lot of that, if you will, I don't even want to say trauma, but training and choices they made are in a lot of our women of today, where they're literally going off to these white men, and black men didn't do anything to them. It's just what they want to do. And we all know women are attracted to power. So they see white men as better than us. Y'all ain't shit. You couldn't protect us in slavery. Y'all failures of the day. So I'm going to get with him because I want to have a little blue-eyed baby with straight hair. Whatever the psychosis is, it's like, that's what they're doing by choice.
But think about Scandal. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying like the movie just really spread that out. And then when you put it today, it's like, yeah, what were you saying?
Now I was thinking about Scandal when you were saying that Scandal TV show.
Yeah.
How she was just a side piece.
Yeah.
She wasn't even the wifey. And when you want her to be wifey, she didn't want to be wifey.
Right.
And then she had a good black man who was a U.S. senator, a decent, honorable black man, and want to make her legit, and she didn't want him. But what if that show about a black man getting with a white president, male or female? Because it's weird right now.
Right.
You know, will black women support that show? What if, you know, they talking about Kamala Harris, or Kamala over her Harris? She's married to a white Jewish guy, but what if a Barack Obama was married to a white Jewish guy or gal, a white person? Will you support him almost 100%? Black woman?
Nope. It wouldn't.
To me, it's a double standard, man. Like, you know, a lot of women, I ain't gonna say, it's some black women that was okay with that arrangement. You had black women that owned slaves with white men.
Right.
And it was like, I talk about the Civil War. Jefferson Davis, look a picture of Jefferson Davis' wife.
Right.
You could tell she had some color in her. Same thing with Judah P. Benjamin, his vice president. His wife was colored. You know what I'm saying? So black women have been cooperating, conspiring, working with the system to keep their own family out of check. Look at that.
That's
Dr.
right.
Brittany Cooper, Professor Crump.
Right.
You all type of, they call it educated fool.
Right.
That's an educated, decorated fool.
Right.
So you are defending a man who's a Klansman in plain sight, who made it his legislative legacy to destroy the black family, to destroy the black male, to have his woman disrespect him at every turn.
Right.
Not all black women. We got to say that. Not all black women.
Right.
But enough of them to have, well, we might be going to a Wakanda Part 2.
Right.
Civil War. A Wakanda Civil War.
Right.
Because these Negroes can't deal with reality. We got to live in fantasy. Like, I can't tell you about Emmett Till without putting some fucking magic and special effects to it. Lovecraft comes. I got to put it in a fantasy show. You can't deal with the reality of the situation.
Right.
We can't deal with this. We lie to ourselves as a people that either one of these guys got our best interest. But what I'm saying is a vote for Trump can possibly be a vote for reparations if we get our shit together like we should have had it 10 years ago,
Right.
12 years ago. I remember just hearing old black folks say, I don't want nothing for Obama but to be a picture in my room. He don't have to do nothing for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ask nothing, you get nothing.
Right.
Obama talking down to Morehouse graduates.
Right.
Robert Smith paid off their student loan.
Right.
This MF was president. He could have absolved everybody of student loan debt. But yet he worried about who going in whose restroom.
Right.
You worry about that more than you worry about black folks getting killed by police. You got two black attorney generals that had the nerve, Eric Holder, talk about if we don't deal with race, we just a nation of cowards. You the biggest coward because you was the top cop.
Right.
Hiding behind all this stuff. You had a situation in Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri.
Right.
You know, Dred Scott is buried near Ferguson. Dred Scott was told by the U.S. Supreme Court that he nor his descendants have any rights that the white man is bound to respect. So black women, they don't respect you. They'll sleep with you, but they won't respect you.
Right.
Because they don't, it's no benefit for you because you already given them what they want.
Right.
You're giving them access to the queendom.
Right.
And really, by doing it, you make yourself a mattress, a door mattress. You're not a goddess. You're not a god. You're a door mattress.
Right.
For white supremacy.
Right.
No, we're going to have to have this out. We're going to have to have this purging.
Right.
And people get what they're wrong. Well, it's about violence. Digestion is violence.
Right.
Everything that's about movement deals with some type of violence. This system is based on violence.
Right.
And this system has a history of violence towards black people.
Right.
You know, so none of these people mean us meet us well. But what I'm saying is, what is the easiest, like they're saying, what is the easiest path to 270 for the electoral college for whoever wins? The easiest path to reparation would have been a businessman like Donald Trump, who acknowledged that you exist. He didn't say when asked about black people, he didn't say minorities, people of color, diversity. He took all that crap out the school and out the workplace. Forget about diversity. Forget about Project 1619. You a project. You live in a project. The hood rat is a creation of the government who created the project.
Right.
We're nothing but lab rats and guinea pigs for these people. They don't care about you. And so if you don't see, if 2020 didn't show you that they don't care about you, I don't know what's gonna take, because You depend on them. When you sick, you should never want to get sick. You are responsible for your temple. All you religious folks talking about this is your temple. You responsible for your temple.
Right.
For your energy, your inner God. You looking for stuff outside when everything's inside. In this temple that you refuse to worship in the right way.
Right.
It's not on them to take care of you. Why you want the folks that's poisoning you to give you the cure too?
Right.
Which is another form of poison. You know, think about the people that die from prescription drugs versus folks. A lot of people ain't dying from the illegal drugs. They dying from what they use to cut the illegal drugs with.
Right.
You got a lot of old crackheads. So, but you don't got a lot of people messing with all these drugs to diabetes. Because, like, the doctors, you can't even trust the doctors because, you know, it's about the money with them. Because if even with the healthcare, what's killing them, killing us is the insurance company.
Right.
They should never had the insurance companies in the equation.
Right.
It should have been government funded. Or we should got the same health care that the congressmen get, that presidents get. I'm sorry for being all. I just
no, you
I mean, I gotta.
Thanks.
Yeah, but there's so much. It's streams of consciousness. But I'm saying I think about this stuff, and a lot of us don't think.
Right.
We just automatic with it. You know, just voting Democrat. You can't tell me one good reason. Like when you talk to people, why you smoke? How you start smoking? I don't know. You just started smoking. You've been smoking for 50 years. Yeah. Okay. You think about even back then during the 50s, who was doing the cigarette commercials? Doctors. Hi, I'm Dr. Ted.
Right.
I smoke 6 packs a day.
Right.
Doctor approved. That's a doctor telling you that. Or somebody playing doctor. And the thing about it is doctors, they call it a practice for a reason. They cut up black folks like we steak or something.
Right.
I'm talking about, oh, it's like gynecology. You talking about black woman womb, the father of gynecology is Dame Marion Sims, who used to experiment on black women without any anesthesia because they didn't see you as human. So you wouldn't sleep with a man that don't see you as human? That's been programmed to thinking you less than? This man don't even respect his mama. He hate his mama. Why you think he gonna love you when you already considered subhuman on 3 fields? People, well, you know, that's not about, yeah, it's about us not being full. It's like all them black folks in them prisons, right? In them states.
Right.
Where there's hardly any black people.
Right.
There's still 3/5 stuff going on. They count you, but you don't count. Not in your own interest. It's like with the Lovecraft. You use all your, black folks use our magic for them. We don't even never use our magic for ourselves. All this shit because you want to be in with them. Man. I ain't gonna, okay, yeah, but it's your choice, right? Just vote or die.
Right.
Hey.
Right.
Shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll come my back. But I mean, like, it's like at this point, man, we're gonna have to pick a side. You can't be riding the fence no more.
Right.
You gonna have to pick a side because we're heading for a civil war mentality.
Right.
Cause these women, man, you gotta, you know, sisters, stand down and stand by whatever. I don't know. Y'all gonna have to do something. Cause your maxi pad, Auntie Maxi Pad ain't the lick. I don't care about Auntie Maxi Pad, okay? You can sit her old pound puppy looking face ass down somewhere. You remember the pound puppies? I used to love pound puppies. I had a couple of them when I was like in 2nd grade. I ain't say hush puppies, I said pound puppies. I got a Maxine Wallace story I'm gonna save for another day with Dick Greg. Oh my God. She exposed herself to me. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully you put that out soon because
I think I'm gonna write a book, man. People say I need to write books. I mean,
most definitely.
Yeah. And sometimes it's hard though. It's hard to focus. Like I said, if Charlie Parker didn't have to deal with Pornhub and the internet,
right?
You got so many damn distractions. You can't write nothing.
Well, see, but here's the thing though. We was getting the real WAP, and if it was, you know, if it was motivational and it was for
that's
us,
true.
We could build. Yeah. We could build kingdoms.
That why people fought wars for WAP.
Right.
They built empires on WAP. You're right, but we don't. Our women don't see the value. They want to be with each other. They want to run a carpet business. I got a carpet cleaning business. Carpet, wall to wall, carpet. They want to munch on grass and clean carpet. They want a landscape. They want a landscaping business. But the illegals gonna have all that. The illegals taking over.
Well, ask Dr. Short this too, because like a lot of it. I mean, you weren't really saying this, but it goes to another thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them are doing the carpet munching too. That's a whole. I'm talking about this area, like this DC. Like,
oh yeah, this program is by design though.
Yeah, it is. Man, because you can't. Nah, I can't say all, but it's hard to find.
It's quite a bit of them.
Like a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. You ask her, hey, have you ever had a lesbian relationship, or you ever kiss a girl? To be like, yeah, and then you'd be like, why'd you do it? And they'll be like, because I wanted to. I was expressing myself or whatever. And you're like, damn.
Yeah, how many abortions you have? Would they be honest about that too? Because a lot of women have had abortions. I mean, I got women in our family that I love. They had abortions for whatever reason. Like you said, that's not even you doing something to mutilate your body. You want us to protect you, and you doing self-mutilation.
Right.
They said what the man want. I said a lot of men, sometimes y'all give abortion while giving dude a heads up. They didn't know you even pregnant.
Right.
Right. So it's my body. Well, why you lay down with me? My body all over your body. Your body all over my body. I'm gonna do that because people just say silly. Oh, I like that, brother. He's kind of wokish. I'm sorry. I gotta get out of here. I'll lose my credibility. I don't care. Cause they not counting the votes that matter. I voted, damn it. They're not counting my vote.
Ron Uncut.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I just like, why? Why keep up with appearances where everything is falling apart?
Right.
I'm just matching the spirit of the zeitgeist of the time, called the Trump geist.
Right.
It's the Trump geist. It's the spirit of the time.
Well, see, but they hear what you say and go, oh, you voted for Trump. They really look at you and go,
I voted for him twice.
Yeah.
So I want twice the reparation. Twice the reparation. You take me later, black woman. You take me later. Take me now, but take me later.
So here's a question: have you, or would you date outside your race?
You know what? Never say never. Because they keep on telling me that. I got my own family. Why don't you just date a white woman? They know they difficult. When you got your family, why don't you just date a white? I've been through all this with y'all. I've been catfish. I don't know if I like being catfish more than eating catfish. I'm from Memphis. I don't know which one. Do I like catfish or being catfished? I don't know. I've been a gentleman, and that's my kind of be taken for weakness. It's hard not to be bitter about stuff. I'm not trying to be bitter, but our women just ain't where they need to be.
Right.
They want is where you live. Go anywhere. You just said DMV. These are some of the most educated women in the country.
Right.
Making a lot of money, but they feel like all they want is a PlayStation thug.
Right.
They don't want no man. They want a PlayStation thug. They want to use his joystick when they want to use it. They don't want to have nobody have any type of conversation with.
Facts.
And that's a problem. How you gonna build strong families and dynasties? We should be nation building and empire building and dynasty building and preserving and pushing bloodlines. But we're not even about it because we don't know who we are. So you didn't even know your family tree. It's like the job of a school is not to teach you who you are. You learn that at home, but if your people are clueless about who they are, then you just fuck.
Right.
Unless you learn on your own some type of way. Because you had slaves like Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner. They knew they ain't supposed to be slaves.
Right.
You had a lot more they didn't understand that. I met a dude. I was at Chokwe Lumumba's funeral, the so-called revolutionary mayor down in Jackson, Mississippi. His son's the mayor now. But Chokwe was a cool guy. I interviewed him a couple of times. He was involved in the Scott sisters case. He also represented Tupac at one point. He was what you call a revolutionary. He's from Detroit, but moved down to Mississippi. And I met a brother there at his homegoing. Afterwards, the repast, he was a black man. He said that he ran away from slavery when he was 17 years old in Mississippi. He was living on a plantation when he was 17 back in the early 50s. And he ran away and never looked back. Well, he came back to visit his family, but he said, I said, so how you know you wasn't supposed to be a slave? I mean, you had slavery going on. This has been documented. You had black folks living in slavery by knowing who they were after slavery supposedly ended. I ain't talking about no I'm talking they living on plantations down south.
Right.
So he said he was the youngest or one of the youngest of his siblings. He had way older siblings. They just want to stay on the plantation.
Right.
I said, but you knew that it was more for you outside the plantation. How you not say I just knew it didn't feel right to me. He just trusts his intuition. So he left. He even left his mom there. So his brothers and sisters didn't move until the owner of the plantation died. They were forced off. But by him moving, he was able to start a family. He started a successful business. His kids are doing well. He had a daughter that was a nurse. He had a son that was in television news, mainstream television news, producing stuff. So he made the right choice for him. I wish I should have recorded him. But I was so tired, man. I was standing up in some news station items for 10 hours.
Right.
my feet was killing me, man. I said, damn, when black folks do funerals, it be long sometimes.
Right.
Especially you distinguished gentlemen. Everybody want to speak. Either we got social media now. You don't need everybody to speak at one time.
Right.
Or for 8 hours. But anyway. But it's interesting because he made a choice. So slavery is a choice.
Right.
Kanye West wasn't wrong. See, what I think is we don't care about the message. We want to critique the messenger. See,
Right.
I haven't read the Contract with Black America. It's a great idea because guess what? There's nothing new. You had Dr. Clyde Anderson with Powernomics. You had the Black Panther 10-point platform. You had so many ancestors before Ice Cube did what he did. They laid out plans for black empowerment. So there's nothing new. But it wasn't even because, like, with a lot of people, it's not even about the contract. It's about Ice Cube. I dare Ice Cube be this guy.
Right.
That's how the universe soul God works. Right?
Right.
It ain't about the perfect person. It's about the person who's willing to receive what's needed to be received and willing to do what must be done.
Right.
And Ice Cube was the guy. But it's like you listen to these interviews, it's not even about the plan, it's about him.
Right.
It shouldn't be about the message, it should be about the message. It's like if you're a mailman, your mailman could be an alcoholic, a crackhead, a pedophile. But the job of the mailman is to deliver your mail. He's not for you to follow his ass around on his route or go to his home and see how you really get down. Go to your mailbox and get the message that speaks to you, resonate. Discern the junk mail from the real mail.
Right.
That's what we need to do. Stop like looking for a leader. Man, all this leader, follow people to the restroom, follow people to the bedroom, following people to polls. Just follow yourself. Trust yourself.
And then
Self-navigate. Find your North Star and focus on it and follow it.
North Star, yeah, that's. And then what did they get your? What was that commercial? Not commercial. Well, I guess it was a commercial. It was like a get your booty to the pole and had the strippers and all that.
Oh yeah, it's low vibrational. That's so. I'm not getting no WAP. How am I go to the pole? I mean, get your booty. I ain't getting no WAP.
Right.
Give me some lap dances at the pole. Once I get there, give me a lap dance.
They couldn't even follow with that. They were just, yeah. We're I don't know. We're easily bought and easily disrespected towards ourselves.
We gotta blame ourselves. We don't use our magic for us.
Right.
We keep on thinking that white saviors, because like if your Jesus is white, I already know that you were a white supremacist.
Right.
If your Jesus is white, you a white supremacist. Black.
Well, like you said some real shit too. You said you said every white person is racist, but not every white person is a white supremacist.
Exactly. They don't hate black people. They're just privileged people. They privileged in the system of racism. See, what people do, like you said, some of the other folks, they want to keep stuff going. They want to put one as the same, like white supremacy as race. I came to that conclusion through epiphany. Because you got to develop, we all got to add our own contribution to this thought process. So it's easier if you understand, because like you got black folks, I got white friends, they can't be racist. They are racist and they see you struggling and they ain't trying to help you. They're not trying to give up some of their privileges so you can help them privilege. They racist.
Right.
And they can like you, they can even love you, but they won't benefit you in a system that doesn't recognize you as a full human being.
Right.
So all this white supremacy, this white, no. Because we could get control of this system and we be the racists.
Right.
Because we could do things that benefit us. We could deny people loans and all that stuff. So we're not at that point right now.
Right. Yeah, that's real shit. Yeah, we this is I'm definitely gonna be loving to put this out here because they gonna love this. I'm gonna
be the black lash. I don't care no more. I'm Kunta Kinte. I ain't no Toby. I'm not Toby. Kunta Kinte. What's your name? Toby. I'm not no Toby. Kunta Kinte.
Yeah,
I'm not even Kunta Kinte. I'm Geronimo.
Yeah, right.
I gotta think about where I'm at. I'm Geronimo. Nah, I'm not even Geronimo. I'm John Horse.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to hold you up more, but I mean, think about it too. Like when I think about that whole,
I believe it's valid. I don't have no problem. You don't have to just defend yourself. I'm not making fun of that.
No. I'm just saying, like, for people that don't know, it's like, think about the Roots thing and think about how that was a lie and Alex Haley and all that kind of stuff.
He stole that from the white man, the African Dr. Harold Corlander. Had to pay a lot of money out to that guy.
Yeah.
He didn't even write Malcolm X either. That was written by Murray Fisher.
Right.
Playboy editor.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I look at Africans, and I mean, I'm talking about even at a young age before I knew this information. You look at their style, how they walk, how they talk, how they smell, their consciousness about life. You know, we're really nothing like them. You know, so I you know, that's no diss, but
but think about it. You could got a great grandparent that's probably Native American. Easy, we can trace that. I got a lot of Native Americans, great grandparent, you know what I'm saying? They talk about they Indian, they come out, they Choctaw, whatever. We got that. They don't talk about Africa.
right.
Now I believe you had some Africans that came over, like the Clotilda. They
yeah.
Clotilda thing is weird to me. But they say they discovered it, but they ain't. I mean, why y'all ain't pulled out the damn swamp, or whatever, the bayou down in Mobile?
Well,
I went down to Africa Town.
Yeah, there's a guy. I'm gonna try to text him. There's a dude I know. And, you know, he talks nothing but about indigenous and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to get y'all hooked up if you wanna get him on a thing or whatever. Or vice versa.
We need to spread this stuff, man, because the new black media, we need to do our job, because the old black media ain't trying to tell us nothing but vote Democrat. I mean, it's all, folks.
Yeah, rolling Martin. Rolling Martin.
Roll your vote. Roll your vote. Roll your vote, because they don't count all our votes. So like, no, all these guys, they say that voting's gonna free us. They lying to. Don't trust them.
Right.
Voting ain't gonna free you. Revolution will free you.
Right. Yeah, and then I look on the social media, Instagram, you see these fools, and it's not even these blue check celebrities. You have these idiots that probably get 50K followers, 100K followers, or whatever. And you're like, did you vote today? And I'm like, who's paying these people? They ain't, and then they say, I've never voted in my life.
They're getting paid, yeah.
Yeah, I've never voted.
But I voted for Trump. Now, you said that you could say proudly I voted for Biden Harris, or even Kanye West. You can't say you voted for Trump without some backlash or blacklash.
Right. Blacklash, right.
You crazy motherfucker. How dare you? You motherfucker. You ain't covered to Thanksgiving. Okay, it's fine. God damn it. What's wrong with you, son? I don't know what's wrong with you. They about to have conniptions and shit. No, I'm not. They about to have strokes and shit. You voted for Trump. Oh, no. I had black folks. Oh, it's hilarious. I love it, too. I love it. These Negroes running scared. I be being black folk. Hey, Trump gonna shut us down. Ooh, that people out the window. They be doing all that old Negro spiritual shit. Like, what's wrong with y'all? You had kids and grandkids and great. Why y'all so scary? Y'all survived the Great Depression and Civil Rights and Jim Crow and Carter and Nixon and all these people. Recession. Y'all scared of Trump? Hell, y'all even survived Joe Biden, but y'all want him back because y'all gluttons for punishment.
Right.
And let y'all be punishment. Judgment is coming. That just be a good ass whooping.
So I guess a lot of black people too. They're I don't know if this is the word. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are they sadomasochists? Is that the word?
They glutton for punishment. They like it. They like it.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain. No pain. Rest in peace, Betty Wright. No pain, no gain. But then, if you don't ask for anything, what's the point of going through pain?
Right.
It must be pleasure.
Right. Damn. I wish I could bring back slavery back for a good week, and we could really see who's.
No, this is slavery though. We are in slavery. We already seeing who's who. We see who the house Negroes are and the field Negroes are right now.
True.
That's why it's gonna be a civil war.
True.
I ain't talking about no. Look. We could have a Twitter civil war. How about that? Let's have an Instagram civil war. Let's have a versus civil war. That's why we know we ain't revolutionary. We all this bullshit. Let's have a scroll to a pole civil war.
Right.
I don't care no what. Ron's so goofy. Y'all goofy. Hell, I gotta act like this so y'all can understand. He's so funny. He's funny. Yay! God damn it. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I love this, man. Oh, thank you for the therapy, doctor.
Hey, salute.
Oh shit. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Hey, we got to do this again.
I gotta get you on my platform now.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it to you when I upload it, because they need to see this right here.
We want to amplify. We gotta amplify each other. But I want to build you up too, man. You're not by yourself. Thank you, black man, for standing strong, man.
Yeah.
I just it's sad, man, that people that you've known all your life, they can't even stand for anything.
Exactly.
A lot of us just cowards, man. And we're gonna die cowards. We're gonna pass it on to our children. That's why I want to stop that.
Right.
So if it take me acting a fool and doing this, I'm gonna do it. I'm willing to do it.
Right.
I'm not even doing it for the WAP.
Right.
But that's like Fantasy Island. It's like a pipe dream right at this point with black women, the way they acting right now.
Facts.
Or could be. I don't know. I'm gonna put out there because I may get a DM. Well, I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
I'm gonna exercise all of that angry black man demons. I got that holy water in my WAP, child. You gonna be feeding the angels.
Right.
All God's children get WAP. All God's children get WAP. I got WAP. You got WAP. All God's children got WAP.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get off. Okay. Yeah, man. I enjoyed this so much. I needed this so much.
Hey, man.
Oh my God. This is better
dirty.
than being an alcoholic, you know.
That's
I don't want to be no drug addict or alcoholic right now. I thank God for this platform and for you and for this sense of humor.
Hey, well, thank you for the insight. Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing. We'll do this again.
No, we definitely gonna do this there, man. And I look forward to meeting you at the inauguration of Trump. I think.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Oh, they gonna have their head explode. Oh yeah! They gonna kill a lot of black people like that. They gonna be choking off their Cheetos, this and drinking their jungle juice. Gonna be choking off that. You know.
Right.
Remember when George Bush choked off that pork rind, supposedly? Man, on that blow.
Well, that, and I remember that, and then the shoe. Remember the guy throwing the shoe? I saw that live.
Oh, yeah, but he had good reflexes. I gotta give him props. Because that boy, he's like Neo from the Matrix with that shoe hanging in. And why they ain't shoot him 1,000 times? If that was a black man, he would been through booking.
Facts.
He just threw a Cheeto at George Bush.
Right.
If you just, it's crazy what they do, man, and we think that's okay.
Right.
People talking about reform, like well, that's another story. God bless you, brother Neil, PiNeal. I appreciate you, man. You're a good brother. Wish you amplified blessings of success and protection from the righteous ancestors, and keep on doing what you do to help serve our people. And you will get rewarded in some type of way. I don't know, maybe operations or something. You'll get something.
Well, salute. And you already know. Appreciate what you do, and salute. We're gonna do this again.
Like definitely, man. I look forward to it.
And I'm gonna send this to you because like I said, I'm gonna get this out here as fast as I can. And have a good rest.
I'll be at my plantation job putting out there like David Walker with their pills. Negroes, hear me out, my fellow Negroin brethren. We must rebel against the system of white supremacy. They got brother run. They're gonna make all these conspiracy theories. They ain't gonna do nothing but intellectual masturbation.
Right.
I think they got brother. I think they got what we gonna do? Nothing. Make more videos. And not get no WAP. Okay, I'm gonna stop because people are like, damn, I thought he was intelligent and you know how people do that stuff. Has he had a nervous breakdown? It's this Trump thing getting to run. It's the Trump thing getting the brother run. We need a drop squad. That's what we need.
Definitely need a drop squad.
Yeah, you remember that? That one that Spike Lee is. I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna leave Spike Lee alone. But we need a drop squad. That's all.
Yeah. I'll definitely be part of it because I
we need a drop squad because our people getting out of hand. Black males and females.
Yeah. Have a good rest of the week and weekend. And like I said, man, salute.
Do weekdays even exist? Are we still? It's Saturday now, probably. I don't think a weekday. It's just going by too fast, man.
It's probably 1920. That's what it probably really is.
Well, Jim Crow Joe Biden. Jump Jim Crow Joe.
Right.
Well, it's Joe Biden. Biden time. Oh, if they get it, it's gonna be a police day. People talking about police and you gonna get what you want. You gonna talk about some fascism and Nazis? Oh, you gonna get that. That's what people don't understand. This is like we call what Paul Mooney Negro wake up call.
Right.
It gonna be not morning time, but morning, like in morning.
Right.
Time in America. Black folks, this is what you want. This is what you're gonna get.
Like I said, the Civil War too. He wins. It's gonna be a problem for some.
Oh, them white folks ain't taking it, man. You got social media. You have something they didn't have 20 years ago. You can see stuff in real time. How they stealing stuff in real time.
Right.
And then the mainstream media like, oh, that's not real. It's fake news. No, it's the realest thing on this platform that y'all call, and the thing about it is the people are upset, not just white people, but people, American people, are upset that their voices have been like undermined.
Right.
Okay, no way hell you can tell me Joe Biden is winning like this. When I look at Donald Trump's rallies, and he had thousands of people like he's a rock and roll star. And you look at Joe Biden got to bring in, or Kamala got to bring in Common and John Legend. Just get a little Stevie Wonder. You got dude by himself bringing in people. It's like with Harry Truman back in '48 when Harry Truman, give him hell, Harry. He going around the country stomping, train, and they said that the challenger, who was a former governor of New York, Thomas Dewey, won. Right. And then that famous picture of Harry Truman with the paper held up, said Dewey wins. Right. Because the reason why it was so close, one of the reasons, because Harry Truman was the first president to speak at the NAACP. Right. So he also integrated the armed forces. So he knew it was going to be a backlash. And Harry Truman was thinking about joining the Klan back in Kansas City, but his political mentor, big city boss Tom Pendergast, was Catholic, so he didn't do it. And he's the reason why he is the president, because he put him in a position of power to become vice president, because before that, because Truman was vice president for 82 days before Roosevelt died. I think it was 82 days. Because William Wallace was vice president before Truman. And William Wallace was interesting. He was actually mentored by George Washington Carver. Right. When he was a little kid, because George Washington was staying with his family, so he couldn't stay on campus in Iowa. So he's going on nature walks. So he would show him things, how to talk to the trees and the animals. Dr. George Washington Carver was the real Dr. Doolittle. Right. So, he remembered that, and he started his own agricultural company. And back in 1999, this company was sold, I don't know if it was DuPont or somebody, for like $9 billion. So he got the inspiration for George Washington Carver. But his thing was, he was kind of weird, because people thought he was involved with, guess who? Russia. They thought he was a Russian plant, like kind of like how they tried to put that on Donald Trump. So he had a religious guru who was a mystic from Russia. They thought he was being controlled by the communists. So they made sure they replaced his ass before they killed Roosevelt, because Roosevelt was murdered. Yeah. People don't understand, because Stalin told his son, they murdered your father. So people didn't look into that. He died on April 12th. April 12th, very powerful day. April 12th, 1945. April 12th, also the start of the Civil War. Back in 1861, also the Four Pillar Massacre, where Democrat and future first Grand Wizard KKK, Nathan Bedford Forrest, murdered almost 300 U.S. colored troops in Fort Pillow, Tennessee. So that happened on April 12th, too. Right. So April 12th is a white supremacist religious month, because Hitler was born on April 20th. You had the Oklahoma thing, bombing happened on April 19th. On the eve of Hitler's birthday, April 4th, they killed Dr. King. Reverend Adam Clayton Powell Jr. was killed on April 4th, 4 years after Dr. King. Walter Scott was killed on April 4th, back in 2015. Right. Freddie Gray riots, all that stuff. Even the Rodney King riots happened in April. Right. Among other things, I mean, you try to end it. I'm trying to end. I need to get out here, but it's just so much stuff though, and y'all can look it up. Don't blame me, Brother Ron. I think you got something wrong, man. I think I don't agree with you. Well, just look it up. Right. I'm not interested in people agreeing with me. I'm more interested y'all think for yourselves. Exactly. I'm just putting stuff out there. You don't have to believe everything I'm saying just because I'm saying it. But you need to do the research. That's what's wrong with it. It's like, that's why we so messed up with getting that church mind state. When liberation shouldn't be like church. It shouldn't be that we come once or twice a week and that's it. It should be a commitment. Because some of our greatest revolutionaries came out of the church. They were ministers like, Harriet Tubman, Nat Turner, Adam Clayton Powell Jr., Martin Luther King Jr., yeah, Bishop Henry McNeil Turner. So many people came out the church. And the church have basically left their call. They have abandoned the black community for the FBI, faith-based initiative. FBI. COINTELPRO, Operation Church. Right. Yep. All the alphabet. Yeah. Whole alphabet soup.
That's right. That's right. Well, like I said, this has been a bomb-tastic.
Have we been on here for 2 hours or something?
I think. Yeah.
It's been longer than 2 hours, right?
About 3 hours, actually.
Jesus. I could go to work. Okay. All right. Y'all get Cash App R2C2H2. I could be at work. But no, Cash App R2C2H2.
I'm gonna put all that on the video.
Yeah.
So
We All Be TV. Y'all definitely post on mine too, man. We were gonna have an echo chamber.
Yeah, that's right. All right, now have a good rest of the weekend.
You too, man. It was awesome. I needed this. Thank you for the therapy, Doctor. My third eye has been uncalcified. So uncalcified. I can see clearly now. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, now. Good week and weekend.
All right, we will, man. God bless.
All right, God bless.
All right.
Hey, everybody, this is Brother Ron. I am asking you all to do me a big favor. Think about supporting the We All Be movement. Your donation is tax deductible. The We All Be Group Incorporated is a recognized 501c3. And I'm just asking you all because I want to keep on bringing y'all quality work through the way that I know how to do best. And I'm going to sing my praises and toot my horn. A lot of y'all were not hip to Dick Gregory until Brother Ron brought him on the We All Be platform, until that jingle review we did. Y'all seen another side of Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown's message has been amplified. But it was We All Be that brought Judge Joe Brown to y'all back in 2014. And so many others. And we covered so many things. So help us out so we can help you all. Peace.